everybody. Welcome to episode 32 of Almost a Party. This is going to be our last session for a little while, as schedule conflicts are going to make it impossible for us to get together to play for the next several weeks. So, looking probably at playing in December as our next session. So, it'll be about 2 months before we come back. So, let's go ahead and get into the session today, where we last left off our players. They had met with the council on the day before the King's End Festival to report to Marble the various things that they uncovered while in Typhon's Folly, and their various suspicions that they've uncovered along their journeys. Upon delivering the information, most of the information was very well received. However, certain bits were very much laughed off by the entire council. After leaving and returning to their home for the evening, Elandiel found a letter given to him by his council, inviting him to return home for a pilgrimage. That night, the players all shared a dream where two tabaxi were fighting, being separated by a turtle, who was then killed by a statue that was prepared to be unveiled. In the morning, the players spent the day at the King's End Festival watching and waiting, trying to figure out some way to stop the statue of the Kingslayer from being unveiled, worried that it might empower those who were trying to carry on his legacy by killing the gods. When somebody else stepped in to stop it as well. As they were ushered off by the guards, Elandiel decided to tail after and follow. So does anybody else want to follow after Elandiel, as he's following after these two people who are being ushered off by guards, one claiming to be the Kingslayer's son, and the other the grandson?
I'm following right away as well.
I'd probably sort of edge my way over and try to look like I'm just coincidentally wandering in the same direction.
Okay.
I mean, don't we want to at least leave someone here? Where we are currently?
They're also taking the statue off as well, right? Aren't they taking the statue out as?
Yes.
Or was it just
So
these two guys?
Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
So they're taking off the people, but Marble has then gotten up to essentially say that this is being delayed, because of the controversy of it. That they're not planning to unveil it now, and once they get this sorted, they will either redo something here to unveil it here, or they will just take it to its final destination and put it there.
I will send my minion after the rest of the group and stay here just in case. Because
Okay.
I'm concerned that while Marble's up there standing there explaining, the other Trebexi's going to jump up and bad things will happen.
Okay.
But I'll send him specifically with instructions to, like, if you need to guide me to where you guys went, keep track of that.
Right. Okay. And as like reference, Marble was not one of the tabaxi from your dream the night before.
I know.
Okay.
I'm
So
just
so it's
concerned
like
about transitions.
I was like, so if that's what you're worried about, it's not the right kind of tabaxi. So, but yeah, Zerdig will hang back with you, and no, actually, he'll leave Z2 with you, and then he'll follow with Elandiel,
I think that makes
Santi,
the
and
most
Ori.
sense. Most of us follow after, and then I can keep eyes on this, and then make sure, because I can get back to everyone else pretty quick.
Yeah, and he'll leave instructions with Z2 to basically follow your commands. So
Cool.
And
At Z2.
Zerdig did just let me know that they're running an hour behind, and will be here later in the session. So we shall hopefully see from them later tonight. So for the four of you that are following after, You're able to make your way through the crowds, and then once you get past the main crowds that had gathered around, it's fairly easy to see where the guards are leading these people, and they are leading them into the residential neighborhoods and into the very high end of the residential neighborhoods. And so you're able to follow without much effort. Just there they are up the road, easy to track. It takes maybe about half an hour for you to get from the stage in the center of town to the place where you're going. I mean, and you watch them as they're led into this massive estate that makes your house that you thought was very nice look like a shack. As the guards pass through with them, the gates close behind. With you out on the streets, you can peer into this estate.
Hey,
Couple of
Yell.
couple of the guards
Yeah.
look back
Hey.
as you yell. They just kind of nod
I
and
really,
then
I really
keep
want to
going.
talk to him. Lyric's grandson. Hey,
We know his name, right? We met him before.
You have met him before, and he was introduced. Well, his father was introduced, and then he mentioned that he has the same name as his father, as part of his gripe with everything that was going on. Is that his father's pride caused him to name himself, or name him after himself, if that makes sense. The wording just got lost in my head as I was trying to say that. I'm just like, wait a second. Yeah. So the father and son have the same name. So senior, junior situation.
Remind me the name.
Yeah. So it's go ahead.
Elandiel?
Mm-hmm. Zolkaran.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
So the father is a full elf, and the son is a half elf.
Is there like a name on the gate of like whose property it is? I'm assuming it's the father's property.
So the name would indicate that it is either the father's or the son's, given that they have the shared name. It doesn't specify whether this is junior or senior, but it does have just their last name. Zilkaran is what is posted outside.
And just to confirm the family drama as it unfolded at the end of last episode, this is Larrick's son-in-law and grandson.
Correct.
Got it.
And the son-in-law has been claiming that he's the actual son, not, son-in-law. So people have been believing more and more about what he says because, you obviously know your father pretty well. And the grandson claims that Larrick never really liked his son-in-law. So.
Larrick is past at this point, right? He is long since gone.
Supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly. Like to
Supposedly.
your knowledge, yes, he has passed.
Gotcha. Sorry, Sadzi, go ahead.
I was gonna say, there's a wall around this estate, right? I'm just gonna spider climb on the wall until I get where I can sort of hear anything or see into a relevant room.
Okay. So there is an outer gate that you guys are at, and you can see through the gate because it's bars there. So you can see through that you have this massive yard before you get to the actual home that is there. And so you would have to climb up and over the gate and then walk about 500 feet before even reaching the estate. And you have no idea what kind of security exists beyond and what might happen. You just know that they were escorted back here by guards, and now something is going on that they are beyond.
Well, bummer. I was hoping I could eavesdrop better.
I mean, you still can. You just take the risk of whatever security this place has.
As nice as this place looks, I would be very, very cautious, knowing that they probably have the coin to be able to hire people that could do very nasty things that would be very hidden until you stepped into it.
It's okay. We're on a mission from the Council of Gods.
The gods sent
Yes,
us on this holy divine mission.
self-appointed. They've been giving us visions, so
Yeah, but not of these people.
they don't need to know that.
All right. So do you want to proceed with getting in to try and eavesdrop, or do you want to wait until someone comes back out? Or go back to
Was
the
it
festival?
Hmm.
was
Or
it just
something
the
else.
two of them that went in, or were there other guards and other people with them as well? As they were all...
So it's 4 guards in total, because each was escorted by 2 guards, and then the father and the son.
And then I'm assuming we were traveling with them as a group, maybe just kind of at the tail end of it. They just entered in and closed the gate behind us or behind them, and then cut
Yeah.
us off from entering any further.
Right, because you weren't traveling with them. You were following them. You were stalking them.
Ore is going to shout out at the gate, is there anything we can do to assist? As they're walking away from us.
So as they're walking away, just as Elandiel shouted out, the guards just kind of turn, look at you, and then just turn back as they're escorting them into the house.
I turn to Elandiel and I say, is that a no?
I think that's a no. Then I'm not taking a no right now. And I'll use thaumaturgy to boom my voice and say that I'm here and I am sent by Arenwhale and I need to speak with Aldir Jr.
All right. So your voice booms out, calling out this message, and about a minute passes, and one of the guards comes out from the front, walks up to the gate, and goes, "Well, you can talk to them when we're done. Come back in an hour."
I'll wait.
Come back in an hour.
I'll go around the corner and wait. I
I
don't
think
say that
it's
to him.
I think it's all like open iron fence or something is what I was kind of getting the impression of.
The gate is.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, we'll go around the corner
Okay.
and pretend we're not there.
Breaking and entering.
All right. So as you all leave, the guard makes sure that, you've gone far enough to where line of sight is broken with him at the gate. And then
But before stepping away, giving a really cursory glance across the yard up to the house, are how many other guards are there, and is there any other obvious non-guard security features leading from the wall to the house?
so you don't see any guards out patrolling, Elaine, in the yard. So the only guard that you know is here right now is the one that you're talking to, and the 3 others that came along with. They are town guards, specifically, who were escorted there. You don't know what private security is employed by the resident. Looking around the yard, you don't see any obvious security features. Given that it's a yard meant to probably be played in, you're assuming most security features are likely tied into the gate and the wall that goes around the estate.
When we break line of sight, I'll ritual cast detect magic and take a peek around what magics they got up.
Okay, so there is all sorts of magic coming off of the walls and the gates. So there's evocation, transmutation, and even conjuration magic on various parts of the wall.
I point them out to Sadzi, like, avoid those areas. Probably best not to go over the top.
All right, that just makes things more interesting.
I guess we have an hour to kill, or should we head back to the festival?
I want to stay here in case anything looks suspicious when they come out. And it was it the house guards that told us to come back an hour, or the city guards?
City guards.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all you've seen is the city guards that escorted them back. You don't know if there is even any kind of private security. You would assume from reputation and the size of this place that there likely is something, but no evidence of it.
And how tall is this fence?
So the wall is a 20-foot high wall, and it is 5 feet wide.
We got a little garrison here.
Yeah.
Is it possible it's just a very nicely appointed garrison?
I mean, you can climb up and peek and just avoid those areas that I point out.
I mean, if there's gaps, yeah. But if not, then that's going to be difficult to work around.
Yeah, so there is overlap between all of the different sources of magic. Like there isn't any spot that is not covered by at least one type of magic here.
So pretty much no matter where I touch it, it's gonna hit something.
Yes. The magic is at the top, specifically. So, if
'Cause
you
they're not going
can...
to kill people that accidentally touch their wall
Right.
or lean against it.
Yeah.
Is this a tree-lined street?
Is it what?
A tree-lined street? Are there trees on this side of our side of the wall
Tree
that are taller
lined.
than
Okay.
yeah, that are taller than the fence?
Uh, there are trees on the other side of the wall that are taller than the wall, but not anything around the street. So, like
Okay,
this,
so
this is
nothing.
essentially a city block itself that is walled off. So,
Oh, I see what you're saying. It's like a gated community, not just a single house.
I mean,
I
it's
see.
it's a
I get
single
you.
house beyond it, but yeah, like that's how large this estate is.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So okay, that's what I was wondering is if it had like municipal trees along the street, if they were tall enough, I could climb up the tree and look over the fence into the yard.
No,
But if that's
no.
not an option,
Well, I mean, we
Like
could
I said,
try
this
to find
estate
two
makes your house
trees.
look like a shack, and your house is classified as a mansion. So,
what do the neighbors look like?
the neighbors, so around they
Like the
are,
right next door neighbor, yeah, around
yeah.
the corner from where we.
So across the streets from them, they're nice houses. They look a little bit nicer than yours, and they have much larger yards than what your place does. Whereas yours is pretty much you have a small area and your yard doesn't extend past the side of your house. It's just a front and back. These ones have yards that uh, go around the entire home, and so they're fairly large, fairly nice houses.
Are the other houses also walled off, or is it just this one?
A few of them have some smaller walls that are only about 10 feet high, um, and a few of them just have a couple fences there, and you assume that most of them that where they are entirely fenced in or walled off, it's more to keep things in than to let things out or keep things out. So
But there's no other tall structures around here in any of these houses because it's all residential at this point. And it's like nice
correct.
mansion-esque area. So nothing else that we would be able to scale on the outside of this to be able to look inside.
Correct.
Gotcha.
But I mean, you can just go back and stand at the gate and hope that the guards don't notice that you're there for the hour, because that gives you a line of sight into the property.
Who's the sneakiest?
Probably Sadzi, since Mazeki's not here, and maybe even Sadzi if Mazeki is here.
I think we're
I
tied.
have a +6 to stealth,
Yeah, so do I. So yeah, we're tied right now.
and I have spider climb.
I can
I-
send
Just-
in an invisible
just-
minion. Yeah.
Look
I could
over,
turn
don't-
into
don't
something
touch
else
the
that
top
might
of the
be
lump
less
tree.
Are we doing this?
obvious. I also have
Let's
spider climb
go
because I
try
still
and
have
peek
those
through the
shoes
gate
on.
first. Or peek up. Just don't go over the top.
I have a quick DM question. Since I have these slippers of spider climb, if I wild shape into something, do I still get the benefit of the slippers of spider climb?
If the thing that you wild shape into could still wear them, then yes. So you'd have
Gotcha.
to basically shift into something that's got 2 feet and not like hooves or anything.
Okay, so like a monkey or a squirrel would still count?
Oh, a squirrel, that would be hilarious.
So a monkey probably. I mean, a squirrel probably doesn't need it. They're really great climbers as it is.
Sure.
So
I don't know if they count as spider climb the way squirrels climb, but I was just curious.
yeah. So
Give you
And granted, both
guidance.
monkeys and squirrels are probably already good climbers anyway. So just thinking, just wondering if that would apply to anything else that I wild shape into.
okay. Yeah. So like basically what it is when you wild shape, you can choose whether they continue to wear the gear or it just gets absorbed into them. And if they're able to continue wearing it, then they can still benefit from it. So, like your cloak that you have.
Oh, I didn't even think about the cloak, but that's good to know. Cool. I'll have to take that into consideration the next time I wild shape.
Yep, if it can feasibly wear a cloak, then you can keep it and it retains the benefits. But you also got to remember if it doesn't wear it well, it could easily be lost. So,
Sure. Again, the squirrel mentality is probably a little small for the cloak.
yep. All right. So, I heard Elandiel say before you asked that question, Ore, that you wanted to go back to the gate and look and see what's going on.
Yeah, have one of the. I think it'd be either have somebody peek over the top of the wall or have somebody check through the gate.
Okay.
Hey, Ore, do you have something? Is your wild shape the level where you can take flying creatures?
No,
I
it is
haven't been
not.
able to acquire the ability of flight yet. But if we are looking to gain flight, I might have something that would work, though it would be pretty obvious.
Well, my next suggestion was going to be finding 2 trees close enough that we could rig up a slingshot and throw one of us in there. So I
Looking
don't think
around,
that's safest.
it does not appear that there are trees uh, of that sort of value. I was thinking along the lines of finding a tree tall enough to look in, but it doesn't appear there are any around.
It's just a shame that you can't just stick a engine in your pocket for when you need it. Um, Can't climb the wall because it's booby trapped. Can't go in the gate because it's probably watched. So I don't know. I'm not good on ideas right now.
It might be considerably expensive, but I do have a tree here in my pocket. But I think we were saving that for other emergencies.
Yes. Just peek through the door, through the gate. Sneak back around and peek through the gate.
Okay. And so you want Sadzi to do that stealthily?
If Sadzi's up for it, I'll even give you guidance.
So I'm gonna climb a tree.
No,
No,
you're gonna
just I mean,
walk
you
up
could just
to the gate.
yeah, and peek, try and see if you can peek through.
But before that takes place, though, quick question. I do have Pass Without a Trace. In this situation, would it be beneficial?
+10 is always beneficial.
But that's plus 10 to all of us if we want to try and follow.
If you're in range, yeah.
Oh, we would all have to follow because we have to stay within your bubble.
Right.
Yeah, so you'd have to stay within range. And so whether it would be helpful or not is purely dependent on whether you're able to remain out of possible lines of vision. Since the gate is like an iron gate that you can see through, it's obviously not going to help with people that are staring right at it or are right there. They will see you no matter what your stealth bonus is because they'll be looking right at you. You don't have a place to hide. Um, if you are, just trying to get quiet and hope that no one hears you get up there, then yeah, absolutely, it will help with that. But again, if there's anybody around, they'll spot you right away because again, you have nothing to hide behind. It's the same situation as last week where you wanted to get up to the statue, but big crowd of people all watching that area. There's not any place to hide to get from the crowd to the statue, and so
Right. Because I think Pass Without Trace just basically paints you in camo, right? Isn't just like, here's a camo jacket. You now have Pass Without a Trace.
it just effectively what it does is it gives you um, essentially an aura of silence and disillusionment, essentially, where people that look at your general direction, if there is anything to kind of obscure you at all, might not see you at all in the obscuration, and not as much sound is going to escape from the area that you're in.
So just not as beneficial in this situation.
It's going to be beneficial for the sound part.
Yeah, I get the feeling it's
Gotcha.
more meant to like you disappear in a crowd, not so much. I'm just gonna wander right over here to some place you've already told me to get away from.
Yeah, or when there's plenty of places to hide and places to obscure yourself to not be seen. So were it nightfall and it were dark and it were already partially hard to see because of the darkness, it would be much more effective than, here in the mid-afternoon with the sun shining bright in the sky. So
Cool.
help you with, avoiding being heard but not avoiding being seen because you have no place to hide to avoid being seen. Now, if you combined it with
Okay.
invisibility, if you had a way to make all of you invisible, it would be an excellent way. But, yeah.
I don't think any of us have that. Okay, what about this? If we have Elandiel climb and stand on Ori's shoulders, and then we have me climb both of them and stand on their shoulders, could I see over the fence?
No, so this is a 20-foot high wall here. And I know the party is tall, but the two tallest are not here, which I guess one of the tallest isn't even part of the party anymore. So Ito. So
Could they just ask my familiar to fly up above it and look?
You're not with us. You're still over
Yeah,
by the
but
stage.
my
Familiar
familiar is
ask
there
it.
and intelligent, and I have instructed him to follow you and help. And then come tell me if you tell him to, he'll come get me.
Is he visible or is he a crow?
He's
He's
an imp.
probably a crow right now. Yeah,
Oh.
he's normally an imp, but he's shaped like a crow.
Mm.
Hey, can you fly up and take a look at it? I ask the imp.
Yeah.
That's up to the DM, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But he'll do that. He'll pop
The
up and take a look.
he's shaped as a crow right now. You said.
Yeah, he stays as a crow pretty much all the time, unless there's a specific reason for him to not be.
Okay. Yeah. He'll fly up, um, and do a lap around the estate, and come back.
See anything interesting?
Let's see.
Caw, caw.
He does speak common, and he has an 11 intelligence.
Yeah. Does the find familiar spell change that at all?
I don't think it makes them any smarter, which is why the fact that he is specifically already smart is useful.
Right. Because I know they can communicate with you on
Yeah, they can communicate with
telepathically.
me with telepathy, but yeah, it doesn't
Mhm.
change any of their stats otherwise.
Right. Because normally none of the other ones can
Yeah, they're
speak.
all stupid.
It's
And they
all
can
the
talk.
warlock ones that get the
Yep.
special thing. Okay. Yeah. I was just making sure that there wasn't anything specific about the find familiar that basically says they can't communicate except telepathically. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So the crow will start speaking common, and we'll say flying around. There are no guards outside the home at the moment, um, so nothing of any particular interest that it noticed.
Thank you. Okay.
Like, gonna
Just
have
the
to
guards
land
at the
on
gate.
Elandiel's head now. That's the rules.
Okay.
Elandiel asked for help, now it has to sit on his head.
And preen, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right. So as you guys are all having your discussions and figuring this out, with the crow taking a couple minutes to fly around and investigate and see what it is, you see that there are a couple more guards approaching the estate from down the street from whence you came.
Watch and listen to them, Crow.
Anybody else with the guards who doesn't look like a guard, like another counselor or someone?
No. So these are guards.
Does this look like a patrol or as if they're on a mission to the manor?
It's hard to discern whether they're a patrol or whether they're specifically coming to the mansion. They look a bit higher ranking than the guards who escorted them here. So your guess, based on that, would indicate that they are likely heading to the estate.
I'll go talk to him.
Okay. So as you approach, they are two elven guards of the city. Looking on them, you can see that they both have symbols of divines on them. And so you assume that they are some kind of paladin or cleric.
Cool. In Elven, I'll ask them if they saw what happened in at the statue ceremony and what they think about it.
We were not present at the time, but have been requested to come and investigate it further. If you excuse us, we must get by. And they keep
What's there to
on
investigate?
walking.
I'll walk next to him. What's there to investigate?
We'll know once we find out. Could be
Is
nothing.
anybody in trouble?
Please tell me that the crow is still on Elandiel's head while he's asking all these questions to the guard.
Like, we don't know. Disruption's never good, and apparently there were some explosive devices put on the statue. We're not sure where they came from. So, potentially someone is in severe trouble.
Well, when he gets done, that was crazy what happened. We were just trying to get a word and see what was going on, learn more of his story about his claims, because that was pretty shocking revelations to hear.
Yeah. Well, if he doesn't go to jail, then you're free to speak to him after we're done. If he wishes to speak with you, of course.
Makes sense. Well, good luck, officers,
Yes.
or whatever the appropriate term is for them that I'm assuming I would know.
Yeah, officers works. So you can call them officers.
What are their divines that they've got sigils of?
So one of them has the symbol of Arathis, who is the lawbringer. And the other one has the symbol of Pedril the Arcane.
Cool. Okay.
All right. And as they continue on by, passing you, they'll get to the gate. One of the guards will come out and let them in, shutting the gate behind them, and they will disappear off into the house.
I'll walk back around the corner.
All right.
Guys, they found the bombs on the statue. They think he planted them.
Well, that's terribly unfortunate, isn't it?
Should we go explain that to eliminate any unnecessary?
No.
No.
Oh,
No. It's
understood.
actually really nice that they think it's him. He'll, like, being innocent, if they, like, zone of truth him, he has full deniability. I probably actually shouldn't even told you that. I regret giving you that information immediately. But no, do not tell him.
I
I would
see.
like to once again reiterate that I enjoy that I was gone for like part of a session and immediately you guys resorted to terrorism.
Well, it wasn't really terrorism so much as it was destruction.
You planted bombs on a public display statue. That is definitely for political reasons in this case.
There was no intent
middle of a
to
crowded
hurt
festival.
anyone.
And we didn't
There was
want to scare
a clear
anyone.
space. There were no, like, living targets.
Yeah, we didn't even want to hurt anyone, really. We just wanted to destroy the statue.
Just because you're polite terrorists doesn't mean it's not.
I mean, I would have found out who paid for the statue and tried to at least partially reimburse them. Maybe. If I was in the mood to.
I mean, you're at the house of the person that bankrolled the statue. So, like, they let that be known that he was the one that paid for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess
All
we
All right.
wait out an hour.
Okay, so you want to wait out the hour? Okay.
Well, you know, if Elandiel and Ore are staying here, maybe I should go check on Zerdig and
Zerdig's here.
Mizeki. Oh.
Yeah. So you guys have Zerdig and the Imp, and Mizeki has Z2. So they traded companions.
I might say I'm gonna go back to Mizeki, and maybe Zerdik should come with me too.
Okay. Zerdig will follow, leaving Ore and Elandiel at the home alone.
Okay, and the crow is staying with the two of them, and we're just gonna.
Yep. So what are you wanting to do with Zerdig? Just go back and check on Mizeki?
Go back and check on Mizeki and GTFO of the general situation of where they're talking about unknown explosives.
So in other words, you don't want to be caught in the crossfire of Ore ratting you out.
Ore has proven in the past to not know when things need to be kept confidential. This is a keep confidential. I will try to explain this very briefly before I leave with Zerdig, but I'm not exactly 100% sure that that gets through.
Got it. Okay.
The expression on Ore's mask is a little pensive as you explain this, and he ends with, "Understood."
Seriously though, don't tell anybody.
I have gathered.
Exactly.
Okay. So you guys go and you return to Mizeki, who is still waiting near the city center where the stage is now being taken down as well. The crowd is mostly dispersed, and so it's fairly easy to spot Mizeki and Z2 as there's not as many people around when you get there.
I deeply regret that I don't have a bunch of flags that I could have handed out.
Red ones?
Could have a protest.
Or green ones.
But yeah, basically, if nothing wild was happening, he was just standing there just in case something happened. So at this point, he'll catch sight of them, I guess, and clop over and explain that nothing happened.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. There were some well, they took the guys to this freaking huge estate and took them inside the gate, locked it. The whole thing's bespelled to heck and back. And then another pair of guards came in talking something about unknown explosives. Very interesting, that.
Yes. Well then, perhaps we should leave since the festival is delayed.
All right. So while this is happening and they are off, Ore and Elandiel, the guards, come out of the estate and begin heading back towards the city center. So
Without
six,
anybody in tow,
yeah, 6 guards, nobody else with them.
I'll wait for them to get around the corner, then I'll go back to the gate.
Okay.
I follow Elandiel.
Yeah, so you make your way back to the gate. And you can see nobody's outside. Looking around the yard, you don't see any security patrolling anything. It's just the house 500 feet
Does it
beyond
look
the gate.
like there's like a thing I can ring for a bell or to get anybody's attention?
It doesn't look like there's anything to get anybody's attention.
I'll try the gate.
Okay. So you reach out and you touch the gate, and as you do, um, a massive bell ring is heard, and as that happens, you see this fairly young-looking elf come to the door, look out, look at the gate, and then proceed to make his way down towards you.
Before he gets to us, I'll tell the crow to fly back and let it know that if we're not outside the gate, then we're inside. And
And
I'll be like, wait, when he gets there, if he lets us in, fly off and let Mizeki know that we've gone in.
okay, and the crow will take off flying
Yeah.
as the elf approaches and he gets to the gate. As he gets to the gate, he'll look at you.
Like, hey,
Uh,
um,
can I help you?
yes, I am greatly interested in speaking with um, Aldir Jr.
Okay.
And I'll
Th-
say that all in Elven.
this is his father's estate, and he is not here.
But we saw him come.
He was here. He is not here.
Where'd he go?
He went
If you don't
home
mind, when did he leave?
15 minutes ago.
You wouldn't mind sharing some directions, would you?
What is this about?
The uh night, the afternoon's announcements we found to be quite interesting. And as my friend here is a scholar, I point to Ore, we're greatly interested in comparing historical notes and stories.
Very well. Leave me the information of where you are staying, and I will make sure that he gets it. And if he wishes to speak with you, then he will come to you. I will not give you his location.
Make an insight check to see if I think he's lying to me about him actually leaving.
Okay, go ahead and make the insight check.
15.
He is being honest about the fact that he left. He is not, however, going to give your message to him.
Message to him. Yeah, didn't think so. I wouldn't give it to a random stranger that shows up at my gate asking to learn about family's dirty laundry. Oh, what names of inns do I even have?
You have a house.
I know. I'm not telling him where I live. I was staying at the Silver Moon?
Shining Moon.
Shining Moon.
And he goes, very well. We will send him there. Is there anything else that I can do for you?
I mean, I wouldn't mind talking to the elder either.
Let me see if he wishes to speak with you. What were your names?
I am Bruce.
Bruce and
Natan.
Natan. Bruce and Natan. Very well. Wait one moment while I go and find out. And he turns and begins making his way back to the home. About 5 minutes later, he comes back outside and returns. And he goes, unfortunately, the master is not in any mood to speak with anybody else today. He is quite upset about the day's events and
Understandable.
asks that you politely leave.
Okay. Crazy stuff happened today. I can understand that and respect it. Have a good evening.
And he just kind of nods and waits for you to leave.
Start making our way back the way we came.
Okay. All right. Sadzi, were you wanting to bring Mazeki back up towards the estate? Or were you guys wanting to go do something else?
I thought, didn't Mizeki's come back to talk to us
I
at
mean,
some point? Or did I
he's
mishear that?
he's on the way back, but there's definitely time because it's 30 minutes from the city center to this place. Drusus is a very large city. So,
Well, Mizeki, would you rather try to find the rest of the group, or do you think we should go back to the house?
I feel like at this point, meeting back at the home is probably the safest bet. I can sense either we stay exactly here and are around a place that is no longer populated, or we go back to a place where they know we will be.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I think appearing to stick our nose into something that we really shouldn't be that invested in would be dangerous. So yeah, let's just go back to the house, and I'm sure Ore and Elandiel will figure that out pretty quickly.
okay. So, Ore and Elandiel, you make your way back down to the city center. As you get there, your friends are nowhere to be seen.
Oh man. Well, they're either, I'll turn to Ore, drinking or back home. Which should we try first? Or drinking at home. But that's at home, so that's still the same thing.
I believe that is a very real possibility that they are at the residence. However, we can check some of the local taverns on our way to see if they're there. If not, just return ourselves.
We could do a quick check in on any that are on the way home. And if we don't see them in any close ones, then we can just assume they probably went home.
I concur.
Okay. So you are able to look around pretty quickly and establish that they're not in any of the taverns nearby. And most of the people that are around for the festival have started to depart. A few of them are gathering and grabbing seats for any nighttime shows that are going to be happening as part of the festival, as it is just the statue unveiling that has been delayed. So the rest of the festival is still happening.
Outstandingly different in the festival this year, just for the non-main attraction festival experience. Anything different than what we saw last year?
No, and I mean, even the main attractions aren't that different. Like, there's just different shows going on, different stories being told. So, like, the biggest change was that they were unveiling the statue instead of doing the typical beheading of the king.
Under a real cursory glance as we're like making our way through the festival, do I notice any like groups of gnolls anywhere hiding out, hanging out in corners?
So there are gnolls here that are out and about, but none of them seem to be like hiding anything.
Got it. Are there any other groups that look like they're being suspicious or hiding anything?
Make a perception check.
Waiting on D&D Beyond. 21.
So as you are making your way around town and heading back home with Elandiel in tow, and you're looking around, you notice a few groups that are gathering together, seeming to be a bit more quiet than other groups, but being quiet in and of itself isn't necessarily suspicious.
Nothing to make me think that these guys are going to start causing a problem
Not,
in the right.
yeah, nothing that looks like anybody's planning an attack like happened last year.
Gotcha. Of the groups that do kind of like meet up and are a little bit more quiet, they're just it's not nefarious in any way. It's just a quieter group hanging out.
I mean, it's hard to tell what quiet means. They're just groups that are quieter than others. So, without, getting closer to investigate more and find out what they're saying, you really have no idea whether it's nefarious or not. So
And it's more than one group. It's not like I've just see one group. It's just various collections of people as we're walking through.
yeah, you notice 3 or 4 as you're going throughout the city where they're just quieter than most of the other groups in the city.
I'll take note to any just a personal note to myself of any distinguishing characteristics of any of these groups, and just kind of make a note to myself if I do hear news of something bad going down later. Maybe it's something that I saw. So
Okay. Yeah, but eventually you make your way back to your home where Sadzi, Imazeki, Zerdig, and Z2 are already there. And what would you all like to do now that you are all back together and home for the time being?
I would assume we share the fact that nothing really happened at the residence, um, and ask the other group if anything happened when we stepped away.
So Elandiel stepped away for a bit, so this is on Mazeki and Ore, I
Yeah,
guess.
and nothing happened really.
So
Nothing of note.
Your bird, how much do the rest of us know about your bird? Do we know it's an imp or just that it's something you've conjured lately?
I don't think that he would probably have explicitly said it's an imp. You do know that it's something he conjured. And it obviously, and he's explained that it can talk and whatnot.
Okay, so the whole talking thing was not a new
No, that
experience
wasn't.
for us. Got it. Just checking on that one.
But yeah, he's probably not explained exactly that it is an imp.
Does he have a name? Have you told us a name for your imp
Yeah.
or your familiar?
I gotta remember how to pronounce it, but it's the word for a storm in Spanish. I can never pronounce it correctly, so
come on, it should be a familiar name.
Nice.
derecho is the word.
Okay. All right. So while you are all there and having this conversation about how nothing's really going on. Nothing happened. There is a knock at your door.
Who wants to get that?
Not it.
I guess
Or I will answer the door.
Yeah. It's weird for Centaur to answer the door because they'll just see like my middle until I move back.
So I open the door and say hello.
All right. So you open the door, and there is nobody there.
I'll do the thing where I step outside and look both ways to try and see if someone has stepped around the corner, look down at the ground to see if there was a package or anything left.
You do not notice anything. And what's your passive perception?
18.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you look around, there's no sign of anybody.
I step back inside, close the door. That was odd. There was no one there.
Yeah. I don't think that's what just happened.
He's right, you know.
Anybody?
You just hear this voice. No idea where it came from.
I cast Fairy Fire.
Thunder wave.
All right. You cast Fairy Fire. What's its range and area of effect?
I can cast it at 60 feet. It fills a 20-foot cube. I'm assuming the space inside the door just kind of fill that area. Roughly where we're all kind of gathered in the foyer of the mansion.
Okay. Yeah. And
He's got to
20
make
foot
a dex save.
20-foot cube would be enough for that. Dex save. What's your DC?
17.
He makes it.
Who's there?
He goes, I understand you've been wanting to speak with me. And he'll drop. And you will see Elder Jr. there.
That was impressive.
I feel like I should applaud.
You know, you're really easy to follow.
It's certainly not our best skill.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't follow you.
And yet, you still got to me.
Well, he's the one wanting to speak with me, so I followed him.
I am thoroughly interested in the claims you presented this afternoon
About my
with
father.
the statue. Yes, and your grandfather.
All right. Is that it? Just interested in my claims?
I'd like to learn more about them. Especially like the statue, like the claim that it's not what your grandfather would have wanted. And to learn more about what you claim he did want in his aspirations.
What do you already know about my grandfather?
That he went around during the Age of Kings and offered them to step down or be eliminated and to end their tyranny.
So you just know that he was the Kingslayer. Not much beyond that.
Not much beyond that.
Anybody else know anything? Okay.
Do we?
Do
Well-
we? I guess a history check to know
Make
if we know
a
any
history
more.
check.
no, apparently.
I got a
briefly
10. Hell
forgot.
no.
Yeah,
I
Mizeki
might
would do
remember
some
his
reading.
name.
Yeah, I briefly forgot his name, so
Mizaki's just like, he's the Kingslayer. Wait, he had a real name?
I got a 15.
So you would know, Ore, that after he went around slaying a bunch of kings, that the people wanted him to be the king to rule over for the areas, but he wanted no power. The reason that he did what he did was for peace. He just wanted peace and to be left alone. He was tired of fighting in endless wars for territorial claims that were just fought year after year after year. And so he decided to put an end to it, and then once he had, all he wanted was a quiet, peaceful life. Um,
Kind of confirming what the grandson was standing for.
yeah, that
Gotcha.
he wouldn't have wanted all of this. You would also know that the King's End Festival is relatively new for how long it has been since the Age of Kings, with the King's End Festival only being about 50 years old. And
Gotcha.
the Age of Kings having ended over 600 years ago.
So who started the festival then? If it only started like 50 years ago or so.
My father. We aren't even sure he actually loved my mother. My grandfather never loved him, that's for sure. He was obsessed with everything my grandfather hated: power, fame, glory, money. He loved his name so much that he gave it to me. My grandfather just wanted a quiet, peaceful life with his family, to raise his children in peace. If he knew that this celebration were happening, he would come and put an end to it. This is the first and only one I have ever attended, because I knew what my father had planned.
Just to backtrack a little. So your dad's hyped on fame and power and all that. What happened 50 years ago? Like what prompted him, I guess, is what I'm wondering about.
My grandfather died about 70 years ago. Gave my father plenty of time to prepare and get people on board with having a festival. For all of you, the 70 years is massive news. Um, most people believe that the Kingslayer died at least 400 years ago.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I thought that that guy had died quite a long time ago. Didn't realize that was only 70 years.
He wanted quiet, and he managed to get it. Our family was the only one that knew he was there.
I'm happy he was able to find peace for those final years.
He raised me for a good number of it.
Do you mind me asking where your grandfather lived and where you grew up? Like what area?
Oh, we grew up here in Drusus. His home is not too far, but it is a place that you wouldn't necessarily notice. And that's what he wanted. We didn't live in any fancy estate like my father does, where people would ooh and ah. We lived in a normal home that most people could afford. We didn't go out and do much.
If you don't mind me asking, what was your grandfather's opinion on the divine?
He didn't worship any, if that's what you're asking.
Did he view them as tyrannical?
Not that he ever mentioned, but he just didn't want to be fighting in any more wars. And there are definitely wars caused by the divines and those who follow them.
Did your grandfather have any allies or disciples who may have continued his cause, or any that you're aware of?
All of his allies that he fought with died well over 500 years ago. He was much more long lived than his friends.
Are you aware of the situation happening with some of the divines as of late?
I have heard.
Beyond
Some
Iabar?
If I understand, the dwarven gods of stoneworking and forge have also perished at this point.
That is our understanding as well, yes.
Do you know of anyone yourself who may be involved with that under the banner of your grandfather's actions?
He pauses for a moment, seems to be thinking. I don't know anybody that would be doing this, or that could do this, I guess I should say.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check.
Uh,
I got an 18.
I got a 12.
Um, so he's very hard to read for everybody here. He's been pretty much emotionless this whole time, not really displaying any overt emotions, and so nothing to really tell a baseline
Oh,
from.
I got a 26. So, is there anything else that I might have gleaned from him? That was a 26 on the insight.
Okay. We are sending you whispers.
Aside from your father, do you know of any other fervent evangelists for your grandfather in his actions?
Walk around the city and ask people. This festival has become the most loved thing in the city, in the country, in the continent, possibly the entire world. I know that we get people all the way over from Manway coming to celebrate.
That's gonna make it much
Yeah.
harder to narrow things down. Did your grandfather ever talk of Fingeroad's ring? Is that anything he ever had interest in? Or your father?
He never mentioned anything about Fingerroad's ring. but I've always heard stories, always been a bit curious about the myths and legends that are out there of the world. So, is there a particular reason that you ask about that specifically?
I have reason to believe that um, someone or thing has taken inspiration from the actions of your grandfather and is following in his footsteps, but rather than removing kings, is removing divines.
And you think Fingerrod's ring could help you with this?
I think it could be being used by somebody to find the secrets of the divines to bypass their defenses.
Do you know how to find such a myth?
Other than it is believed that it's part of the islands of the grasp, and that people have been looking for it without success for quite some time. Any specific ideas? No. That's why I was wondering if maybe your grandfather had any insights in all his wide travels.
No, never mentioned anything like that to me. If it's something that you're interested in and believe that you could find, I could fund your expedition if you think it would help.
That is greatly offered. We brought the information to the council, but they did not seem willing to take action on this.
Governments don't like to spend their money on things that don't have obvious paths forward and solutions. Investigating a myth, I can understand why they hesitate. But I've got father's money.
I
I
don't
feel
mind
like
spending your father's money.
yeah, I feel like we've done a good job so far. They should probably hesitate less with us. But here we are.
If it was up to you, how would you try to stop the festival?
I don't know that it can be stopped. At this point, I just make sure I'm not around.
I mean, unfortunately, because of the popularity and widespread fame of the festival, it would be really hard to get it to stop. I wonder, is there a way that it could be made more palatable, I guess, to or closer to what your grandfather would have appreciated?
No, unless you remove everything about it that involves my grandfather, the end of kings, and everything. Make it a celebration about our current governments instead. Not that I'm sure people
Celebration
want to
for peace,
celebrate
that is
that.
dumb.
I'll be totally honest. Yay government, yay council does not have the same ring as like Kingslayer. Plus, nor does it have a heroic figure.
Exactly. Much harder for people to get behind.
Would you be willing to share the information about your grandfather that you have revealed to us, and perhaps some more personal details of his time at the end? I can get you in touch with someone with the Iotopia Society who may be able to help publish information. And with that, there may be a change of heart with information being exchanged.
I mean, we could make more of a focus on like the battles and more about the historical aspect of it and try to steer it away from the cult of personality ish um, thing that it is right now.
I don't know that any information I share would actually be published. My father has a lot more contacts than I do and would make sure that it doesn't see the light of day. I
There is the right.
also don't see it making a difference at this point. He wanted his life private, quiet at the end of it. That doesn't need to be shared.
But it may help to enlighten those who would support your cause.
That information is out there already. People know that they wanted him for king and that he didn't want it and just wanted a quiet life. They don't necessarily know how long he lived after. That is really the information that is not out there.
That is my assumption. By your admission and your experience with your grandfather, as a record of note, may help to change the minds and possibly the hearts of those who would support your cause of putting an end to the King's Festival.
What might help too? Was there any cause in particular that your grandfather supported? I mean, obviously not the rule of kings, but like, was he into, I don't know, making sure that people were well educated, well fed, something like that? A cause he might want to champion were he here?
If he were still here and willing to be in the public eye again, he would most likely champion freedoms, being independent, puppies.
Okay, I meant as a way to turn uh attention away from the Kingslayer and more to the causes he championed. But hey, if
Are
you
you,
want,
are you saying you
if you
don't
want
like
to,
puppies?
I prefer kittens, much cuter. Anyway,
I like puppies.
I like people taking me seriously and not being a sarcastic person.
Good luck with that.
I do agree with my companion. If there were causes that your grandfather championed, other causes that your grandfather championed, those funds that you are willing to spend of your father's, you should start doing charities in your grandfather's name.
Or even maybe we can try to convince the people who are in charge of a lot of the festivals. Maybe we can celebrate the independence of all of the areas that the kings were slain in. You know, okay, so this is the Drusus Independence Day or something like that.
In a sense, that is what they are celebrating already.
But to make it more pronounced and not, hey, this person did a lot of cool stuff and he's a hero, but more the, hey, our country has been free from a government that was, too restrictive, and now we have freedom and we should celebrate that freedom, rather than the Kingslayer himself. That's what I'm
We
trying to
have
get at.
we've made promises to go assist some of the Thrykean and the floating belts um, with difficulties that they're having with their mountains and magics. Uh, Once we ideally assist with them and help them recover, I would greatly like to take up um, an expedition to search for the ring.
All right. 50,000 should fund it. Would you agree?
It's been a while since I've
I
looked at
think,
how much
yeah.
charters for boats cost, but that sounds like
think
a good number.
I think it would need to be at least 75.
Any contribution is most generous. Thank you.
All right. Remember how we talked about sometimes silence is better? This is one of those times.
Consider it funded.
Awesome. Is it okay for me to sending you when we return from assisting the Thrykean?
Yes. Anytime you need to send me information and keep me updated, I would much like to know your progress.
Okay. I will keep you informed. Just wanted to get your permission before randomly ringing you up out of the blue.
Out of
On
character. Good pun.
on a related note to the earlier discussion, what was discussed with you, your father-in-law, and the guards?
I think it's his father.
Oh, I thought he was stepson. I'm sorry.
Nope.
No,
Yes, his
no.
father's married
Yeah,
into the family.
yeah. Senior is the son-in-law of the Kingslayer,
Oh, that's where I'm
and
getting
this
the
is
in-law
the
from.
the
I'm sorry
grandson.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, 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 right. I was thinking that they were. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, you just missed which level was the in-laws.
right,
So,
right.
yep. And he goes, there were discussions about the truth and integrity of my father's claims about my grandfather. Apparently, the council was not aware, nor the city guard or anybody, that this is not something that my grandfather would approve of. And they were utterly shocked and disappointed by the lies my father told them. Also, apparently, somebody was trying to blow it up. Too bad they didn't succeed.
Wow, that's quite something there.
Ore just looks at Sadzi, and the expression starts changing, but then keeps trying to go really stoic.
And I just look at him and glare. That look of, don't you do it. Don't open your mouth.
I would like the two of you to make deception checks to maintain your composure.
I'm gonna make one for Mizeki too, but he's not gonna say anything.
I got a 7.
I got a 12.
Great.
Right after she kind of gives me the look back, I will turn back and start speaking back to Lyric the Third. Since you were
Aelder.
able to Aelder, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Since you were able to inform the council and see that they were surprised with that information, I further believe that sharing your story of your grandfather can and should help change the minds of those around. Perhaps if you were to work with the council to restructure the King's End Festival, your message could be, and your grandfather's message could be a little more well received and find a different source of celebration.
He nods and he goes, I need to return home. I will send your funding in the morning.
And we need to have a talk about opening the door.
And he
Again, your
takes off.
patronage is.
Is this the door in our house you're talking about?
Yes.
Yes.
Ori opened the door to our house and no one was there, and he did not find that suspicious.
He did. He just didn't notice anything.
Yes.
That
This
in
guy
and of
came into our
itself is
house.
suspicious.
Yeah, this guy came into our house invisibly.
I will try to be more careful when opening the door. Perhaps we should designate someone else to be the door greeter for anyone who knocks.
I feel like we should just get one of those looking things.
We need like a little Z2 who just like looks at a peephole or something and then lets us know.
Sure, they could probably make something like that. Just like alarm.
Me- A mechanical door watcher.
I don't know, could we bespell it to be like, is there anything suspicious about this?
You would have to qualify what suspicious is, but we're basically describing a version of Magic Mouth.
I mean, with that kind of automaton, you would just want to chime or like tell us when someone was there, right?
Yeah.
Like that's it. Just like someone, it's like a ring doorbell. Someone is at your house.
I mean, there was a knock on the door, or I didn't just randomly open the door.
Yeah.
So it's not the, you know,
Yeah.
ringing of the doorbell that was the issue. It was the,
We want Magic Mouth.
yeah. You could
Alarm
also
would
just
work.
get like a chain of bells that people have to pass through when they enter the house.
Just have it dangling like beads from the doorway that you literally can't fit through without moving them.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, technically we could just alarm the door or the doorway, I think.
Bead curtain is my favorite security
Kind
mechanism.
of like bead curtain.
Are we in the 70s?
It's highly effective, actually. They'd have to disturb it.
If you physically have to pass through it, and we can put a sheet behind it so you can't see past it.
The,
You
like the,
can't see the area. You can't use most of the magic to bypass the bead curtain.
And just put bells on the beads.
Perhaps there's a way to just dispel invisibility that we could somehow cast on the door.
But that's way more expensive than a bead curtain.
I'm not opposed to the idea of a bead curtain.
Well, I have alarm, so we could do both.
Yeah, but you have to do alarm over and over again every 8 hours. It's not a
Oh,
permanent.
ew.
Yeah. Yeah. It only lasts 8 hours.
Perhaps if you were able to work with Zirdig, and the casting could be incorporated into some sort of device.
create a magic mouse computer.
Or something. I mean, alarm is a first level spell, but I don't know if, based on like how long it takes, you know, do we have our time when it's not alarmed? And I'm not sure of the logistics.
Yeah, it's 8 hours is the duration. You can ritual cast it, but doing that 4 times a day doesn't sound fun.
3 times a day.
3 times a day.
Days are 24 hours.
I can math.
Yeah.
There's 32 elf hours.
I
So you guys
mean,
don't observe a 32-hour day?
It's just that hours pass slower for elves so that there's more of them, or pass faster so there's more of them. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sure.
We just don't notice that they pass faster.
Which means you guys are still stuck in the swamp because Elandiel forgot to account for
The time to
Where did
recast every
everybody
hour.
go?
Yeah. No, wait. Actually, I guess that would have meant you cast it more often. Never mind. I did that backwards in my head for whatever reason. So, okay. So, you have the rest of the evening and night where you can go back and attend the festival, or you guys can have discussions about security, or we can skip to the next morning where you receive your funding and decide where you want to go.
We got to catch a boat.
We're gonna go back to the arena and bet some more.
We are
So,
not gambling the expeditionary funds.
I mean, isn't it cheaper to teleport though? If he's giving us 50k gold, like, couldn't we just teleport? And
Yeah, we have to be able to
interest?
teleport to the place we're going. But other than that, yeah.
But would you spend the expeditionary money on Elandiel's pilgrimage? Because that's what the boat was for, is to get to Elandiel's pilgrimage.
He wants to go to the finger place.
No, after my pilgrimage and after we assist the Thrykeen.
Okay, so wait, the expedition is scheduled for post mountain time.
That's what
That's
I
what
brought up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Could I don't know? Would 50,000 gold afford us an airship?
An airship?
Like personally owned airship?
So 50,000 would not cover an airship.
How much is an airship? I didn't know we could just buy one of those.
So airships, you're looking at about 200,000.
So what you're saying is, if we quadruple our winnings,
We are not gambling the expeditionary funds.
Charter?
But we could
Which-
have 200,000 gold.
Or we could have no gold. It's a little early to be asking for an extension.
With those funds, should we purchase at least a second tree token?
One's good enough.
I mean, after we use it, we probably would want to pick up a second one at least. If we use it, I mean, I guess that's also pertinent.
yeah. Oh.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else that you're wanting to do in the evening,
Other than pack for, I guess we need a, yeah, I'd like to pack for travel to get to Ember Hall, or I guess the easiest way would be to teleport to Delastar and then journey from there to Maple Stump. But
yeah. You do know that there are boats that do travel from Drusus up Aphon River to Shadowden, and then there are boats that go from Shadowden to Ember Hall, and that's the main way to travel to the island. Um, as far as teleportation to Delastar, none of you are aware of a teleportation circle there.
true, we don't have any addresses.
Yeah, Elandiel, you know there is a teleportation circle on the island of Delastar, and you are aware of it. You do not know its address, but you also know that you are the only one that would be permitted to
To
use that.
use it, yeah.
So,
Okay, I'm cool chartering a boat to River to Shadowden to Ember Hall to Delstar to Maple Stump.
I could check with the Hall of Records to see if they have the address for Delastar or an address in Delastar. Perhaps we can pay for that
I don't think that
teleportation.
would be available uh, in the Hall of Records.
Do we have like an embassy to Delastar? Could we check with them?
So the counselor and the Golden Shield are going to be your best contacts to Delastar. Like that's essentially the function of the council. And Elandiel is quite chummy with both of them, with Cyrodiil and Alphen. So
Yeah, the way to get us all there would be by boat.
and then you know that the approximate time from taking the boat from Shadowden to Ember Hall and then traveling via the road to Delastar is just about a month. So and then you've been told that your pilgrimage from Delastar up to Maple Stump will be a month. And so that puts you, as long as there are no delays, right at the timeline that,
to get to the Thryking before we get
yeah, to get
evicted.
to the Thrykreen,
Okay.
before he comes to evict you.
It's a month from Shadowden to Emberhall, or
So it's a month from Shadowden
From
all the way to Delastar. So
okay.
traveling from boat to Shadowden to Ember Hall and then up the road from Ember Hall to Delastar takes about a month. So you'll need to add in. You've got about a day and a half down the river from Drusus to Shadowden, but
Okay. I'm just trying to think, is there any way we can speed things up? But it sounds like unless we can find a teleportation circle that isn't in Delastar, the city, then no.
Well, there is a teleportation circle in the Hall of Records. Uh, that's why I was trying to see if maybe we can check with them to see if they have a destination that we could pay them to use to get there.
Okay, because I thought their rule was we can't go into Delastar, the city, because we're not Elven.
But
You
if we
can't
can
go
get
into
to Ember
Maple
Hall
Stump. You
or
can
might,
yeah.
yeah.
You can do Ember Hall and Delastar, but you can't go much deeper than
yeah.
that.
So you can do Ember Hall, Tuari's Watch, Delastar, and they can even go to Maple Stump because Maple Stump is not a city. It is a tree. They can't go into Anul, which is the forest that is at the center of the island and extends all the way north. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay, I thought we couldn't get into Delastar. Okay.
yeah.
So if we can,
It's you don't have a circle in Delastar that you know about. None of you know about a circle there, and so you don't have an address to use to get there.
can we ask Elandiel's buddies? Because if anyone would know, they would, right?
And Alondiel has
When
explained to you that already.
yeah,
Ah,
to get
bummer.
for yeah, it's not publicly available.
Yeah, they have a circle that is not available to non-residents of the island. So it is in the forest. So
I can take it and go with them alone, but if you guys want to come with me, we'd have to go by boat.
and your note did specifically say that they are welcome to go with you on your pilgrimage to Maple Stump. So
We could
Elandiel,
get a scroll of invisibility and illegally teleport Sansi. Have her look at the tree and then teleport the rest of us.
I don't think it would be worth risking an encounter with Alphen.
Neither was putting a bomb on the statue.
Yeah, well, okay.
I'd
The
rather face a bomb than Alphen.
what? How do the boats move? Are they powered by wind, people, critters?
So down the river, it's people powered, but once you reach the ocean and the Elven crossing from Shadowden to Emberhall, it is wind powered, magic powered, assisted. So
Okay.
Yeah, and we'd be going down the river, which should help with the flow and speed.
correct, which is why it's only a day and a half instead of 2 or 3 days up the river.
Yeah, because we're not fighting it.
Yep.
Okay, so there is a gust of wind spell.
Yes, that is the magic assisted part of the ships that sail by wind.
Okay, I'm just trying to think of ways I can like
We
push it.
Right.
we could
So we're
ask
cutting
them-
it close and much closer than I would like.
Right. Well, the way that you do that is when you get to the land part, you push forward, willing to take the exhaustion to cut a couple days off of your trip. So,
I'm looking it up to see if Zerdy can cast that spell. Just a minute.
So
Only lasts a minute, unfortunately.
right. So like basically once you guys are powering it yourself by walking from Emberhall to Delistar, you can push forward, suffer a point of exhaustion, and basically save yourselves a day by pushing hard. So if you're worried about days, that is where you recover them, is from Emberhall to Delistar, which is about 2 weeks. So if you push yourselves hard enough, you could cut 2 or 3 days off of that. So
Yeah, but that's like speeding 15 miles over the speed limit to save 90 seconds, you know? It's like, is it worth it at that point?
you're the one that's worried about the time and cutting it close. So you're the one that has to answer that.
would it be worth it for us to, and perhaps tomorrow, spend part of the day just checking on other travel options, maybe even asking around, seeing what other options are available to us? Would a sky ship be faster than a boat? Or
So
like we do have access to some teleportation circles, even just asking them if we're able to pay for that teleportation. I mean, see if anybody can offer us that. Would that be beneficial?
I mean, it would just be shipping out from Orthis instead of Shadowden.
yeah, because you already know and have access to a circle in Orthris, so you're already tight on timeline. Line. Um, if you take the day to like investigate and see if you can find a faster travel option and you don't find one, then that's a day further behind that you are, and you're already barely making it as it is with the current plan. And so whether that's worth it or not is up to you guys. What you know as potential consequences of failing is that he's going to come evict you from the house, so you may not have a house. And really, that's all the negatives that you know.
Got it.
So I just need to know if you guys are gonna join me on a riverboat, or if I'm gonna go back with Alphen and Cyrodiil.
I would like to accompany you.
Riverboat it is. Ora and I are
Yep.
getting on a boat
I-
tomorrow.
I
We're
think
on a boat, Joe.
logistically, yeah. Logistically, in game, it probably makes the most sense to split, to be honest. But logistically, out of game, that becomes really ugly. So let's all just go.
Aim. Okay. And to answer Sazi's question, I don't care if we could pull you in a wagon, but no, we're not pulling you in a wagon.
Hey, it was just a thought. I'm just putting it out there.
Are you gonna pull us through the river by swimming? No. So,
I'm a cat. I don't do water.
and I am a man attached to a horse.
Hmm.
All right. So in the morning, as you guys are going about your day and finishing up your packs to set off on your long journey, there is a knock at the door.
Let's check and see who it is first this time before just opening it.
Yes.
Hello, I say through the closed door.
Delivery.
For
From Elders Lakarin for the residents of this address.
I'll open it.
He goes, all right, here you go. And he hands you a bag.
It's a bead curtain.
Thank you. Much obliged.
All right. So you now have a secondary bag of holding.
Nice. Can we turn it over and see if there's anything in it?
I'm imagining 50,000 gold.
I would hope so.
Uh-huh. Do you turn it out?
How much? That's going to take so much space. Do we have an easy spot where we're going to be able to find all the coins?
You can do it on the floor
Wait.
of the library.
Why are we keeping coins?
Because it's a bag of holding full of gold. I don't want to turn it out.
Why?
I just want to make sure that's what's in it.
Why would they send us a bunch of gold when they could just send us like a banknote or something?
I don't. I'm assuming there might be a banknote along with other, because you need liquid money for funding an expedition that he's using his dad's money for.
Yeah, but why would? Okay, if he just literally sent us 50,000 pieces of gold, I have
Shouldn't it-
serious questions.
That is a point. You probably. I mean, I'll reach in and I'll try and like pull out a handful of gold.
Like,
Can I?
isn't that
Don't
like
reach into magic objects that you don't know what it is.
Worst that
Shouldn't
it
they
does is it eats my hand.
yeah? We can
They've
fix
just
that.
given us a card made of gold that we just
I can-
hand to merchants, and then they look at it and they hand us back, and they instantly get paid.
Or it's like one of those
You mean an Amex?
yeah, the black Amex.
Wait, doesn't gold weigh like a pound?
It's a bag of holding.
Yeah.
It doesn't care.
Yeah. The
Yes,
bag-
it does. Don't they have a weight limit?
So they
Up to 500 pounds.
Mhm.
50,000 gold weighs 50.
Okay,
Like a
there's
lot.
probably diamonds, gems, and platinum in there too.
For
Yeah,
brevity's
that'd be fair.
sake,
Yeah, fair. That'd be fair. If it was 5,000 platinum, sure.
Oh, I may have already asked this question, but bags of holding, when you put stuff in them, they pretty much stay in stasis, right?
No.
They're in an extra dimensional space essentially.
Yeah,
So
they go into a little room, but they still
Okay.
exist. It's
Yeah,
not.
stuff still breaks down.
I mean, I'm just considering my dietary needs for the journey.
You need to buy a chest of preserving.
yeah.
How expensive are those suckers?
It is a wondrous common item.
Which that's not expensive then. Common items are like
Okay.
100 gold max.
Okay,
So-
so it'd be like out of game buying a Yeti cooler,
Sure.
like one of the nice camping ones. Okay.
And I guess the benefit of putting it in the bag of holding is, I mean, it's temperature consistent in there at least.
Well, I mean that's what
I-
the whole chest of preserving is for, is temperature consistency.
Yeah,
Temperature.
basically,
Well,
I
yeah,
need
but
to
I mean,
keep.
that'll last even longer because
Yeah.
it's not going to be heated up.
Yeah, the point of the preserving chest is specifically the things do not age or decay.
Well, inside it.
Ooh.
It's
So
2.5
actually really
feet
fancy.
long, 1.5 feet wide, 1 foot tall, with a half barrel lid. So that's going to take up a lot of space in your
Hmm.
bag of
Yeah,
holding.
it's a big chunky boy.
You can
Okay,
keep
but
it
now
on
we
the
have
back
2
your
bags of
ring.
holding.
We
You can
have
just-
3 bags of holding.
Wait, where'd the third one come from?
Didn't we buy one?
Did you buy one?
Didn't Mizeki get one? Yeah.
Oh wait, do I have one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one.
Oh.
Well, I might ask you to put it in your ring too, if need be.
Yeah, because you guys
If
found
there's
the
room.
one in Shadow's Lair, and
No,
then
we
this
found the
one.
one, and then we bought
Yeah.
another
You
because
bought
we're
one.
like,
yeah.
Okay, I missed it
Yeah.
when you guys bought one, or just was like, "Yep, bags of holding, of course. So
Now we have 3. Ha ha ha.
All the bags of
and a
holding.
ring.
We can explode the universe and have an extra one still.
Like
Yeah.
you could put the chest of
You
preserving
don't want to lose
in the
everything,
ring.
though.
That's true. And then I would
Should
have
Zirda
control of
get
Sazi's food.
Yeah.
should Zirda get the third bag of holding to hold on to his components and all of the stuff he's working on?
Sure, why not?
I don't mind either way. But yeah, I'll take it. He'll take it.
Okay. So Elandiel, you reach in, you do pull out a handful of gold coins.
Cool. I'll put them back and I'll reach in and try and pull out platinum.
You pull out platinum coins.
I'll put my hand in, put them back, and try and pull out like a gold bar.
You do not pull out any gold bars.
Diamonds.
You do pull out diamonds.
Rubies. And I put every time I take a hand in, put it out, put it back in, put everything back in immediately.
Yeah.
After pulling it out.
Yep.
I'm gonna use my magic hand to flip the bag upside down just for fun.
Okay, so you're flipping the bag inside out or just
Yes.
upside down?
While Elandiel's holding it, I'm gonna flip it inside out.
All right. So lots of coin and gems spill out.
Wee.
In total, the value is 75,000 gold pieces. In
Nice.
various coin and gems, because somebody said 75,000 was what was needed. So that is what he sent over.
Hooray.
That's his old man's money. It's good. How
Put it back in the
much
bag.
specifically in diamonds is there?
So in diamonds, there's about 1,000 gold.
Good. We have some
Cool.
Revivify.
1,000 golden. Yeah, 1,000 golden. I already have 600. I know you had some from before, and now we have an extra 1,000. That's good.
Yeah, we should probably, just to be on the safe side, split up the funds so that we don't have all of our funds in one bag, just in case.
So, okay.
Should we leave some of the funds here for safekeeping?
I think it's safer on us than in an empty house.
Yeah, I'm inclined to say no, simply because if we needed it, it would be hard to come back here and retrieve the money for whatever we needed.
Understood.
It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I never have room in all of my out of universe crafting games, because I always keep everything.
Yep. All right.
So are we putting that with party funds, or are we all going to keep some of it?
I have it on the party funds character in the notes rather than the fungible party fund.
Do you need me to make an expedition character?
I mean, I was gonna say let's split it up and put roughly 25,000 in each of the bags, but
I feel like
do
at
you.
a certain point we should just hire an accountant.
We're getting pretty flush.
Yo, Ito, come back and be our accountant.
Was he
We
good
just-
with numbers?
We just send him. He had a pretty high intelligence.
I think
We
he's
just-
technically the smartest person in the party.
Besides
No, we
the
just send him
artificer.
messages. Hey, Ito, we spent so much money.
Yeah, it like until Zerdig joined. Yeah, Ito was the most intelligent member of the party.
But it's okay. We're all smart enough to count. So.
Yeah. So
In game, yes.
in game we can count. Out of game, questionable.
Well, back in game, Ore is going to turn to Elandiel. This pilgrimage that you're going on, what does it entail? Is there any specific gear we should have available for this?
The Kingsland Festival takes place like the year ends in like the summer, right? Not winter.
Correct. It is currently summer right now, and this is the last day of the year. It's also not a part of any month.
Yeah.
So.
Comfortable travel shoes.
It is a bit colder because you are further north, but not too
some
cold.
Heavier clothes. You don't need like snow gear, just cooler weather.
So a little bit cooler weather clothes, comfy shoes, and then I'll need to take care of my supplements, quote unquote.
We're basically going to like San Diego in the fall, is what it sounds like. We'll need a light jacket, some comfy shoes.
It's coming up here to the mountains. Just, bring a jacket. You might want it, you might not.
San Diego's so nice.
It is.
It is.
But also, I hate its lack of weather. Nice to visit.
Okay. So with that, you guys finish packing and head to the docks to charter a boat down the river to Shadowden. So
How much was the chest of preserving, by the way?
common items. Let me double check. I want to say they don't get more expensive than 100,
Okay.
but they may not get more expensive than 50.
Okay.
And so let me grab the DMG.
At the very least, I want to buy one to keep in my ring, in addition to whatever Sadzi buys. So.
Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, common goes from 50G to 100G, so we'll just call it 100G. So
Okay.
100 gold for
We'll get two of those.
a chest of
Maybe I
preserving.
should get 2.
They're
I mean,
big.
I'm getting one myself. Yeah, they're pretty big.
And so you're either going to need to carry it, or you're giving up a ton of space in the bag of holding to fit it in there. Because it's not just limited by weight, it's limited by volume.
I'm just wondering if I can get enough bags or containers or whatever of blood in there to last me 2 months, because I don't think the elves of Delistar are gonna be super happy about me going, hey, where's the nearest butcher shop?
I mean, elves eat stuff. Depends on the kind of elves they are.
Well, Elandiel, is your country like mostly vegetarian?
Yeah, that's how do elves work in this world.
Are they cool with us hunting every creature we see?
Do
Definitely
they?
not
They
every
have meat.
creature. There's meat on the island. Yeah.
Basically, the rules for foreigners is stay out of the forest.
Those are generally good rules for most people, I find.
I mean, it's not uncommon. People, since it's an island, like you can probably fish off the coast or river.
Right, because, yeah, both Ember Hall and Delistar are coastal cities. So you could technically take a boat from one to the other if needed, but not many boats go to Delistar because it's an inland port. Takes a bit more to get to. So
Ember Hall's closer to everything.
yeah, closer to the mainland of Habtherini at least. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's very easy to charter boat. Plenty of boats going up and down the river. So easy enough to get one. Costs 5 gold a person to get down the river to Shadowden.
Sailing down the river.
So
Party funds updated.
you are able to get a ride with an orc oarsman.
Oh, and I would have stopped by the Silvery Moon
to let
him
them know.
nod. Yeah.
You didn't want to sending them?
No, I'd rather see him off in person.
Okay. Easy enough to do.
See Cyrodiil one more time before she goes.
Okay. Yeah, so you make your way over to the Shining Moon Inn. As you come in, Alfin is down at breakfast. Cyrodiil is up in the room still. Alfin comes in and he goes, so, you coming with us, Elandiel, or you coming with your friends later?
We'll be taking a boat. We'll be leaving the city later today and be making our way that way.
All right.
My friends have agreed to follow me on the journey.
Then we likely won't see you I may be in Delistar when you start your pilgrimage, but I guess this is goodbye for now then.
It's always a pleasure, Alphen. Give Cyrodiil my best regards.
I will. And he pulls you in for a hug and lets you go.
Okay.
All right.
Give him a elven salute and head out.
Okay. So the boat you're able to book is an orc oarsman powering the boat down the river. And you guys are able to make fairly good time. The boat is large enough that you have places to rest, but not so large that you can really get away from each other. But you're able to go through. The trip down the river is fairly uneventful. Well, as the second day comes, you continue on making your way down the river to Shadow Den. As you approach and you can start seeing Shadow Den in the distance coming up off of the horizon, then you all of a sudden hear some screams coming from the shore, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the boat that you are riding in explodes.
Well, that's bad for our health.
I would like you all to make dexterity saves.
Boat go boom. Oh my. Whew, that was almost a 1. It was teetering there.
Yeah,
15.
same. Mine was on the edge of a 2. 15 also.
21 for me.
22.
I got a 12.
Okay. You all take 2 points of damage because I rolled all ones on the damage for the explosion.
Yay!
And you all passed your saves.
It's a very small explosion. There's like a puff of smoke. Ow.
Well, the boat no longer exists.
I guess somebody found that special project Zerdig worked on for me.
Did we experience lag? Like we briefly clipped through the boat and then it ceased to exist and
But how far away are we from the shore now that we're? Well, I guess we're all different lengths now because we've been thrown into the water.
But you are able to swim to the shore. The shore is only about 15 feet from where you guys are. If you would all like to go ahead and go into Fantasy Grounds and open up the River's End map.
Fish go blub and boat go boom. And Elandiel goes ow, ow, ow.
Those of you that are arcane, so that's I guess is Sadzi and Zerdig and Mizeki.
yeah. I'm arcane too.
You identify the thing that exploded the boat as Shatter.
I love that spell. I can't cast it. It's a good one.
It's a great spell when it's not used on you.
Yeah. So, yeah. But you're able to swim ashore. And as you get ashore, you see that there are several orcs standing around on the shore just waiting for everybody. At the top of the hill that you guys are climbing out of onto the riverbank, one of them speaks out. Pay with your gold or with your blood. Your choice.
How much of each? Zerdig asked.
What's the exchange rate?
I mean, I do have an entire freaking chest of it, so
I don't
He
bleed.
just takes out
Pulls
a
out the
bag of
chest
blood.
of blood.
is this enough for you guys?
Did the boatman survive, or is he in the water?
He survived
only
and has
taken
swam ashore
4.
because I only took 4 points of damage for him, so
Got it.
To be
he
fair, if he was a
survived.
regular commoner, he would have potentially died.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's not quite a regular commoner. He's a
Oh,
sailor,
that's
so he's a little bit tougher. But like
Slightly hardier.
seriously, I rolled the 4d6 and I'm like, 1,
Oh,
1,
4.
1, 1. Like right after I told you guys to make the save, I was just like, okay.
Well
How
then.
many orcs are there?
So in total, there are several orcs and an ogre, and one of the orcs is an orig. And I know not all of these tokens look like orcs, but they are all indeed orcs, with the exception of the ogre.
Why does some of the tokens look like a man wearing a woman's dress from the 70s?
Because that was what they looked like.
Fair enough.
Don't be hating on their
And so one of them is obviously a caster of some kind, at least.
Yeah, so one of the two at the top who called out for that.
Okay.
Both of them are holding staffs of some sort.
Oh, are we playing Measure Our Sticks? I've got one too.
An Orog is like a super,
Right.
like half orc, half giant thing.
They're
Or no, they're
very,
just really strong orcs.
They're larger than your regular orc, a bit stronger, a bit tougher.
So like Orc Plus.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then, as you ask, how much? They go, it's 10,000 gold, or 5 liters of blood a person. Which
That's a lot of blood.
that kills everybody except for you, Centaur Man.
Yeah.
And I guess
wait.
Ore, because Ore
I don't
doesn't have
bleed.
blood.
Yeah.
How
So-
much?
Strategy on thinking we had that much money, guys.
How much blood do I have in that chest of preserving?
Not that much.
Not that much.
That would be a lot of blood.
I mean, I might have enough for me,
So,
but
so
not y'all.
5 liters is draining an entire person. So,
Some of us might not even have 5 liters.
all
I think
right.
I'm more of a 4.5, really.
So I'll turn to Mizeki and I'll say, do we comply with that request?
They didn't say it had to be our blood, right? We can take theirs.
No,
I
Yeah.
say we
they
pay with their
said
blood.
money or your blood. Pay with your money or your blood. So
I would like to play with their blood.
Well,
I'm
if we
saying this-
take it, then it
I'm saying
becomes
this.
ours.
Yeah, I'm saying this to Ore.
What's the weather? Is it sunny still, or is it rainy, cloudy?
it's still sunny. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna start shooting the caster.
all right, let's go ahead and roll some
Like-
initiative then.
Yeah, wasting time talking to these people when they have an ogre and they blew up our boat doesn't seem like a good plan.
All right, 13 for me.
Oh wait, I get to roll these twice because I have advantage. Oh, okay, so I get a 10.
I got a 6.
I got a 23.
13 for me as well.
Zerdig?
20.
20.
I'm really annoyed that despite having advantage on initiative and it shows on the sheet, it doesn't roll 2 dice automatically. I have to still click it.
Yeah. Alrighty. Okay. So, 23 is going to put Ore at the top of initiative. So, Ore, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna conjure animals. I'm gonna cast conjure animals. I'm gonna go with 8 quarter level creatures. I'm hoping for panthers.
Okay, let me.
Oh man.
Oh,
What's the range on that?
The range is 60 feet.
So you can drop them on top of the
I
enemy
can drop
caster?
it right in the middle of the guys right in front of us. Yeah.
I
Or
would do
right
it on top of the enemy
caster.
caster. Yeah, caster,
Yeah.
always caster. Because we can deal with the melee dudes. Like that's acceptable. But
so you want challenge rating 1 quarter creatures. And they need to be beasts.
The options are axebeak, boar, constrictor snakes, draft horse, elk, giant badgers, giant bat, giant centipede, giant frog, giant
Giant
lizard, giant owl,
badgers.
giant
Badger,
poisonous
badger.
snake, giant wolf spider, panther, riding horse, and wolves.
Okay. NPCs. Let's make a new encounter really quick. New encounter.
And
8 poisonous
We will
snakes.
call this encounter Ore's stupid spell. Because that's what I think of your stupid spell.
I think it's stupidly broken too, so I had to try it at least once.
Beast. Alright, and then we want. Let's go with. We'll give you. Come on. Find that. Why? Do I not have that on here? Is that. Apparently, I don't have tokens for these things. Oh, apparently I selected Celestial instead of Beast. That's why it's not pulling up. I was like, what the heck? Why aren't these here? Okay, let's give you 3 of these guys. And let's see here. You get 8 creatures in total.
I get
8
8
up to 1/4.
quarter level creatures.
Okay.
And I think they act after my initiative.
No,
right?
you
They-
roll
on my
initiative for them.
I roll initiative for them. Okay.
Yeah. So roll initiative for them as a group. And where did you want to summon them? You wanted to summon them up around the casters?
Yeah, I'm going to do it in between, like in front of the casters, but also kind of right behind the group of 4 directly in front of us.
Okay. All right. So what comes is 3 giant badgers.
3 giant badgers.
Those are the G's. 2 draft horses. Those are your D's.
Some horses.
And 3 boars.
3 boars.
That is what shows up.
Stats for each of these, just so I can have them ready.
They're on D&D Beyond.
Yep.
All right. Okay, let's add them to the combat tracker. And what did you roll for initiative for them?
So what's the modifier I give them? Because they all have different dexes.
Yeah,
Would it-
do them as
just a
3
regular-
separate groups. So do the horses, the boars, and the badgers separately.
3 separate groups. Got it. Boars are 16.
Boars are 16.
Sorry, badgers. Badgers are 16. The giant badgers.
Man,
are
that's
16.
what they rolled when
Sorry.
I added them, and I just deleted that. Because whenever I add creatures, it automatically rolls.
Oh, okay, actually, looking at it, they all have different dexes, but none of them have a modifier. They're all at 0. Should just 16 be the the roll for all of them, the initiative for all of them? Or do you want, again, 2 other rolls?
So wait, I thought you said they all have different dexes, but the modifiers the same.
Well, they have different dexes, but I just noticed that like all the dex, the modifiers are 0. They're all the same. So it would be the one roll if that's the way you want to do it. But I can split them up and do different rolls for the different groups.
I can do 16 for all of them. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. 16.
It's a lot of pets.
Yeah. Definitely going to slow down combat. Okay. So.
I don't want to be immature, but I do want to point out we have a vague wang-shaped thing with 2 D's at the bottom.
Okay. So that's your action, Ore.
Yeah, and then bonus action, I'm gonna Starry Archer, and I'm gonna target Big Tooth on the bottom corner.
Big tooth on the bottom corner.
The big dude on the bottom section.
The ogre.
The ogre, yes.
Okay. I was like, a couple of the orcs have big tooths, but I wouldn't consider any of them in the bottom. I was just like, okay.
That's a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Trying to get the damage going here. I'm sorry. Looks like 10 radiant damage.
10 radiant damage. Okay. And then any movement?
I'm gonna keep my position. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my position. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my position.
Okay. Zerdig, and then Z2 immediately after.
All right. Zerdig will probably just step up and start swinging his sword.
Okay.
Let's see. Those three in the front are just normal orcs, right?
Yes, the three in the front are just normal orcs.
Maybe he'll go and cast Thunderwave on them. 1 second.
I suggest you hit Ore and break his concentration on the spell, but that's just me.
What's in it for me?
Faster combat.
He does not have Thunderwave prepared right now, so never mind. He's just gonna walk up and smack that orc in front of him.
Okay. All right.
22 to hit for. Wait, no, that didn't work right. It should be a 17 to hit for 25 damage.
17 to hit, hits, 25 damage, kills.
Oh yeah. So Zuri just walks up and chops the dude's head off. And then he has another attack, so he'll take a step up, not flanking in between those two. I'll update his map in a second.
Do you want to target 1 or 3?
1. This one's only a 10 to hit though, so it misses.
It does indeed miss.
But he'll walk up in this manner, and then Z2 has no token. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
We'll go
Behind Mazeki.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
And then he'll slam orc number 3 with advantage.
Okay.
That's 18 to hit for 9 damage.
18 hits, 9 points of damage.
And that's it.
Okay. All right.
Oh, hey, wait, my bad. I forgot. Zerdik has Great Weapon Master and he killed something, so he gets a third attack. Do you mind if I do that?
The third attack uses your
Your
bonus
bonus action.
action, which is the same action you'd use to command Z2 to attack.
True.
So
I would much. Oh, well, it's fine. We'll go ahead.
yeah. Okay. All right. Within 10 feet. Okay, so the badgers and the boars all need to make a wisdom save because they are within 10 feet of the spellcaster.
One save and just add it to all of them, or like each individual saves?
Each individual saves.
Okay. Natural 1 on the top boar.
Okay. Takes 11 psychic damage.
That he's gone.
Okay.
3 for the next boar down.
Takes 11 psychic damage.
He's gone.
Okay.
3 again. Same thing on the last boar.
Board. Okay, and the badgers.
Top badger gets a 12 plus. Hang on a second here. That's a 13
Okay, 11 psychic damage.
points.
Okay. What was the next one?
Rolling now. 2.
Why are you rolling d12s?
Was I rolling a 12? I thought I was the 20. I'm sorry. Have
That's
I
gonna
been
make
rolling
your
12s the
save a
whole
little
time?
harder.
You have been rolling 12s the whole time.
Wow.
I
This
had
was
something
actually a
covering my
hit piece.
D20, and so the next one down was 12. I thought I was hitting the 20. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, we're taking what you rolled because I don't want to undo it.
Yeah.
That's
This
fine.
is,
That's
this is
fine.
actually a hit piece on all these space spirits.
So, all right.
Thanks for catching that. Sorry about that, everybody.
Well, like I looked up and I'm like, what's he rolling a d12 for?
That's a 12. Actually, that's a 13. That'd be a 13.
Okay, 11 damage.
He's up with 2.
Yep.
And that looks like it's an 8.
11 psychic damage.
Also up with 2.
Okay. All right, and that just happens at the start of his turn to anybody near him. So, Zerdig, I would like you to make a Constitution save, please.
I object.
So you're willingly failing. Is that what you mean?
He's
I got a
objecting on
19.
religious grounds.
I got a 19.
Okay, you succeed. You resist the effect, which seemed to be making you lighter than air.
Oh, how sad. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
All right, well done.
Temporarily would have been fun.
And then you have to land.
The way up would have been fun. Yeah.
The way down would have been fine. Okay.
It's that last second, though.
Yeah. Okay. Then the 2 orcs that are flanking Z2 are just going to attempt to take out Z2. So the
Oh,
first
good. That's what he's there for.
the first one gets 10 to hit.
Not gonna do it.
And the second one gets a 22 to hit.
Definitely hits.
And will take 8 slashing damage.
All right.
Okay.
He's still up.
It is then the horses and the badgers' turn.
Do I don't have control over these, do I?
You don't have control over the tokens, I believe. So.
That's fine. So the top giant badger is going to circle around the back of the top orc. And he's going to do his multi-attack, one with the bite and one with the claw.
Okay.
That is a 17 to hit with the bite.
That'll hit.
And that looks like it's 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay.
And then the attack with the claws. That's 9. I don't think that hits.
That misses.
Okay. The next badger down is going to run up into a flanking position with that same orc.
Okay.
And he's going to do the same thing. So he's going to do a bite and a claw. Oh, that was almost a natural 20. I don't think 5's going to hit.
No, it is not.
Oh, wait, that should be with advantage. Do they get advantage in flanking?
They do.
Then I don't think a 12 is going to hit.
No, it's not.
Okay. So now it'll be with the claw.
Okay.
I'm rolling terrible. That's a 2, so that's going to miss as well.
Still has advantage.
Still has advantage. All right. Thanks. Better. So that is a 19 to hit
That'll hit.
for 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay.
And then the other badger is going to run to the bottom square next to the lower orc, and he's going to attack that orc.
Okay.
First attack with the bite. Can't roll at all to hit these guys. That is a 7. Certainly not going to hit.
No, it is not.
And a 5. I'm sorry, 6 is not going to hit.
Nope.
Okay, that's the 2 of them. The draft horse is on the same action as well?
Yep.
Okay. The upper draft horse is going to kick the guy next to him.
Okay.
I have too many screens. Hang on a second here.
Yeah. You added more screens to me.
I added a lot. I know I added a whole lot here. So yeah, he's just going to kick this guy.
Okay.
Oh, this should be with advantage too. Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
This is why this spell should just like give you extra attacks or something.
Right. That's a 13. Does it hit? I'm going to still roll for advantage,
No,
but
no,
that's
it does
13.
not.
Okay. And the advantage is worse, so that doesn't hit. And then the lower, the bottom draft horse is going to try to kick him as well.
Okay.
Well, that's a natural 20.
Okay.
Should I still roll for another one? But I
No,
think I'm
because you
good
have
with this one.
advantage and you've
Right.
already crit, so it doesn't matter.
Yep. So that is a 26 total, and this is going to be 44 plus 4. Ooh, 11 points of damage.
Okay.
And I think that's all of them, right?
That is
everybody?
indeed all of them.
Okay.
Uh,
Sorry, guys. I won't do the spell again when we have a short period of time.
It is now the Orug's turn. And he is going to attack the draft horse that just hit him, so that's the one below. The
Yep.
first attack is a 14 to hit
14 will hit.
for 7 slashing damage.
7 slashing. Okay.
The second is a 17 to hit for 6 slashing damage.
I'm sorry. What was the first damage again? It was 7?
Yep, 7 and then 6.
7, then 6. Okay.
And that's number 2. Okay. Alright, then are these 2 orcs. This one's going to run up to flank here with the orc, and this one's going to run up to Ore. So, we'll do the one against Zerdig first. That is a 14 to hit.
It's a miss.
Okay, and then against Ore, that is a 17 to hit.
Misses.
Okay. And then it is Mizeki's turn.
All right. Can I see the caster over? I guess I can look over Z2.
So he's up on a hill. So yeah, like
Okay, so
this
yeah,
whole
there's
area is a gradual incline.
Okay, cool. I am gonna very first thing, pew pew him.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Hex on the caster if I can. Yeah, 90 feet. So on the warlock person.
Okay.
And then I am going to Eldritch Blast. Does a 13 hit them?
It does not.
Okay, and the other beam does a 17 hit.
It does.
Cool. I do 1d10, which is a 10, and then I do my extra 1d6. So 13, and then I do, what is it, 2? My charisma damage. It's been a while. I forgot how much it is.
Your
My bonus genie damage.
proficiency.
Okay, so 3. So 16 total. 10 of which is force, or 13 of which is force, 3 is necrotic.
Okay.
And then I am going to 5, 10. I'm going to move over here so that I'm not near the ogre.
Okay. And anything
And
else?
that's me. Nope.
Okay, Sadzi.
Well, Mizeki moving over there just ruined my plans.
Cool.
You can still move past Mizeki.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It just takes double movement.
She just spider climbs all over you.
Okay. Can I do? Oh, spike growth, and it gives me, I think, 20-foot radius. So I think if we drop it next to the Auroch that's between the two draft horses. No, 1 square west. So the square that's in the very middle between the caster and the Auroch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right there. Is that the spot you want the spike growth?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. And it's a 20-foot radius from there.
Yeah.
You technically have to put it on a corner.
Do I?
Yeah. Because you target a point with it.
Oh, right, thanks.
So pick a corner of that square. I would pick the bottom one.
Okay. Bottom, what, east? The southeast corner of that square?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, that looks good to me.
Okay.
And then I'll move to the other side of Mizeki. That's not going to provoke any opportunity attacks, is it?
As long as you end right on the other side of Mizeki. Yes.
Okay.
So, okay. All right. Elandiel, your turn.
I am going to move to right, probably there. I should get all of them. And then... Oh, he's went too far right. That's okay. And then I'm going to pop Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
And all my friends are
Safe.
safe.
Spirit Guardians.
I move my action, and I don't have any bonus action cantrips, so we'll spare the dying, but that's not going to do anything. Okay, yep.
Okay.
So that's a 15-foot
Around you.
around me. When creatures first enter the area or start their turn, they take 3d8 on a failed wisdom save, half on a success.
Okay. And
Does
difficult terrain, right?
Yep. Okay, well, their speed is halved while within the area. So an
Okay.
affected creature speed is halved in the area.
Okay.
And when the creature enters it for the first time, they take damage. Yep.
Okay.
So it's even worse than it stacks with difficult terrain.
Yeah. All right. It
Would
is.
they take damage this turn, or no? Or it'll be at the start of
No.
their turn.
Yeah, start of theirs.
Or if
Yep.
they enter it, like the
They
ogre's
entered it,
about
yeah.
to.
If I would have turned it on and moved into them,
It would be when they start their turn.
when they start their turn. Okay.
Okay. So the ogre's gonna run up to
DC
there.
16.
16. Okay.
Yep.
He gets a 1. So how much damage does the ogre take?
12 radiant.
12 radiant. Okay.
And people often forget his speed then becomes halved, although I don't think it matters in this case.
It doesn't matter. Right there was enough to reach Z2 without affecting his speed as he enters. And then he's going to attack Z2 as he's swatting away all of the spirit guardians. He raises his club, brings it down onto Z2. That's a 15 to hit Z2.
That's his AC exactly. So he gets
Okay.
hit.
14 bludgeoning damage to Z2.
All right. He should still be up. Yes.
Okay.
He's taken 14 and 9, right? So 23. Yeah, he's up, but he's not looking great.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, as a bonus action, a spear appears in the air next to Elandiel and tries to stab him in the face. That is a 14 to hit.
That'll miss.
Okay. And then the orc up here, surrounded by the 2 giant badgers, is going to stab at them with her spear. That is a 15 to hit.
15 will hit.
Okay. They've only got 2
They
hit
only,
points left, so
only
they
had
die.
2 hit left. Yeah, it's gone.
So we'll take out this one.
Just turns back into a fae, laughs, and vanishes.
Okay, and then that will bring us back to the top of the round and to Ore.
I am going to cast Inflict Wounds on the dude next to me.
Okay. You have advantage on your attack roll because he attacked you recklessly last turn.
Good. I'm going to re-roll that because that was a 12. 15 hit.
15 does hit.
And that is 15 damage. Radiant. No, sorry, necrotic.
15 necrotic damage, and that is number 1. Okay. All right.
And I can't do my Starry Archer into adjacency with him, right? And it's disadvantage if I shoot away from him.
Yeah, it's disadvantage to do so. To attack while
And
you're engaged
it's
in melee with any range.
Right, and it's still disadvantage either way. If I'm attacking him because it's arranged, or if I attack anybody
Yeah.
else, I'm
Yes.
firing out of adjacency.
Yep.
Yep.
Then I am gonna
But
shoot.
if you shoot the guy next to you, you get it flat
Because
because
you
he's
have
reckless.
advantage against him for
Oh,
reckless.
good point. So I will. I'll shoot him again
Okay.
for flat. Okay, D&D Beyond's being slow and stupid.
It's because you summoned too many creatures and it's punishing you.
That's what I did. Yeah, exactly.
It
15 again.
knows. 15 hits.
$12 damage.
Okay.
Radiant.
All right. Anything else? Movement.
I am. I'm gonna do conjure animals again. I'm kidding. That's for me.
I mean, it would get rid of the other ones. So
Sure. Just put a whole new fresh batch on the board.
All right. Okay. Zerdig.
All right, Zerdig's gonna try and kill that orc between him and Z2 first.
Okay. That is Orc 3.
He'll get advantage.
Yep.
That didn't roll correctly.
Rolled a. Oh, because you didn't roll with advantage. Got it. I was like, what? Looks fine, but yeah.
Wow, that was very bad. So yeah, he got a 13.
Wait, what? I show an 18.
Yeah, well, he's using Great Weapon Master.
Oh.
It didn't take my commands correctly, so it should be -5 and then plus 10 damage, so 13 total.
Okay. Yeah, 13 still hits.
He rolled a 4, 8, and 10 on Elven advantage. That's ridiculous.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, you know what? Yeah,
And
I
19
bullshit it.
damage is more than enough to kill it.
Great. So he just slashes it in half, and then he'll have Z2 heal itself, and then he's done.
You don't want to use your second attack on the other guy next to you?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes, I'll do that. 14 didn't use the Great Weapon Master this time, so 14 for 15 damage.
Okay, that's enough to kill it.
Hey! So
Oh, sorry.
Zerdig.
Never mind. I was thinking the other orc.
Okay.
Sorry.
Then he just stabs it.
Yeah,
and
I was
then he's
thinking the
done.
other regular orc, not the berserker that's come up behind you. Okay, 15
And
damage.
Z2.
14 hits them. So, okay.
Z2 heals 9 damage.
Okay.
On itself, and then I'm done.
All right. Okay. The giant badgers need to make wisdom saves again.
Okay. That's a 16.
Okay. That one makes a save.
I'm sorry, 17. I apologize. 17.
Yeah, still makes a save.
And the next one is a 19.
Makes a save. Okay. All right.
Oh, so no damage on a save, not half.
Yeah, no damage on a
Cool.
save.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. How large is that? 20-foot cube. Okay. So a 20-foot cube centered 2 spots above Sadzi should get everybody in it. And I need you all to make wisdom saves as you hear a rift tear open and screams fill the area.
17.
Okay.
11.
And
16.
And Satsi?
1 sec. They're getting back to their desk.
Okay.
I can. Six.
Okay. Sadzi, Zerdig, and did you make a save for Z2 Zerdig?
I didn't, but I can. He's gonna fail too.
Okay. So Sadzi, Zerdig, Mizeki, and Z2, you all take 12 psychic damage and are frightened of the caster. The rest of you take 6 psychic damage and are not frightened. So Elandiel and Ore, I
Z2
guess.
is barely up again because he healed
And
9. Otherwise, he would be dead.
the Berserkers also take the full 12 damage. So,
And I need to take a con save to maintain concentration.
as does Elandiel.
What? That is it? Just a con save?
Yeah, it's a con
Keep it up?
save. It's 10 or half the damage, whichever is higher. So 10.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Got a natural 20. So
Barely.
24.
I'm also good.
What are you concentrating on, Mizeki?
Hex. Hex.
Oh, right. I forgot you did that already.
Yeah, it's not super great, but it does. It works.
Yeah. I was like, what is he? Yeah. And I don't think anybody else is concentrating on anything. So, okay. That is their turn, which makes it this orc's turn, who is going to continue hitting Z2.
He needs to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll take that roll as his wisdom save, which gives him a 7. So how much
That'll
damage
miss.
does he take?
So he
You're
takes
still unmuted.
14.
14. Okay, that doesn't kill him, so he will attack
it.
Z2.
I was hoping.
I was like, I knew you had the possibility in it. 17 to hit Z2.
That'll hit.
Okay, and Z2 will take 10 slashing damage.
C2's dead.
Z2 is dead.
No, he's just
For now.
napping.
Okay.
Oh, I think spike growth is concentration. So do I need to
Oh, spike growth is concentration. You also need to make a save.
DC 10 con save.
DC 10?
Yep.
Okay.
Does that only hurt them when they move?
Yes.
They
Yes.
sit still.
Like other spells, though, it does work if they're forced to move. inside of
Ooh,
the
I got a 10.
That saves.
That saves. That's all you need. So
All right, taking
Mm, by the
Z2
skin of
off
my
the
teeth.
map.
yeah, spike growth is good for. It's one of the few that actually does
Okay,
work if they're forced.
So with
which is
that
nice.
killed, he will then finish movement and run up to Zerdik. And then it is the horses and the badgers' turn.
Okay, the horse to the top is going to kick down on the orc.
Okay.
Thank goodness for advantage.
You know you can roll both dice at once, right?
You right click on it, I think, or you can just do click.
Yeah, you can just add 2 dice since you're doing a custom roll.
Right. Okay, good point.
It is
So
super
that's
weird
an
that they don't have a
18
better
plus
dice roller.
6, so 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Like the fact that they don't have like a nice little dice roller tool built in right there that lets you specify a dice string like an Avre.
Right. 6 damage?
And that is 10 points of damage.
Oh, plus 4. Okay.
Plus 4.
Okay. And the second one?
And then the second horse is going to do the same thing.
Okay. 21 hits. Wait. Sorry. Those are both dice separately. So, what's your bonus to that 12?
The bonus is 6.
18 hits, yeah.
Ooh, that's a good roll. 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay. And the badgers?
The badgers, yes. Bottom badger is going to. Oh, I don't want to move.
Just
He's just
bite
going to
the
attack
lady.
the. Well, yeah. If I move, I get the spike damage though.
Yeah.
So
No,
he is going to attack the adjacent mage.
Okay. So you're doing the bottom one first?
Bottom one first.
Okay.
give her a chomp.
And this is the first attack. That is a 19 plus 3 for 22.
Yep, that hits.
And that is 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Okay.
And then in the claw attack, again, almost a 20 and came up a 2. So total of 5, I don't think hits.
No, it does not.
Cool. And then the badger to the top, he's going to do the same thing. So bite, then claws.
Okay.
Boo. Total of 7 is not going to hit.
No, it is not.
And a total of 8 is also, I'm sorry, a total of 10 doesn't hit.
A 10 does not hit.
10 does not hit. So, oh wait, I still have one. Or was that both with this one? I'm
That was
lost in
both.
count. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That was both. Okay, so yeah, that was it.
Okay. All right. Elandiel, is yours 15 feet or 20 feet?
15.
15. Okay, so the Orig is not in that range. So the Orig is just going to attack the horse below him. So that is a 20 to hit
Oh yeah,
for 14 points of slashing damage. So that should kill that
gone.
one. And then he'll turn his attention to the one on top and attack that one. That's an 8, which I don't think is going to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay. Then it is the Berserker's turn. They are both within your range.
Yep.
One of them gets a 17. The other gets an 8. So the one over by Ore fails. How much?
The one that failed takes 8. The one that saved will take half for 4.
Okay. All right. Okay, so the one next to Zerdig's going to attack Zerdig. Has advantage because of flanking. That is a 18 to hit on
I think
Zerdig.
I hit exactly. Just a second.
Do you have shield or something?
Yes, exactly. I do have shield, so I'll use that.
Okay. And then the one next to Ore is going to attack Ore. That is a 20 to hit.
That's what you needed.
Okay. That you'll take 11 slashing damage, and you need to make another con save. Gotta break your concentration.
My animals are almost gone.
Yeah, so I almost don't have to break your concentration, but do you have Warcaster?
Oh, I do have Warcaster, but I rolled a 2 and a 1, so like they both suck.
Yep, you definitely fail, and
Yeah.
goodbye, animals
Goodbye, horses
and badgers.
and badgers.
Woo! Okay.
I have to say, I think that spell was worth it, guys.
I don't. It took so much extra time. Miseki, your turn.
All right. Am I still afeared?
You are still afeared.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna blast them anyway, just with the dis.
Yeah, you
Cool.
are frightened until the start of the caster's next turn. So,
Okay. The first one hits for a 15.
did you roll that with disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay.
I rolled an 8. I got +7.
And who are you targeting?
The caster.
Okay.
Does that hit?
15 does not hit.
Okay. And the second one misses horribly because I rolled a 1. That's all.
Okay.
I am going to actually, let's see. I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna move behind this like blob of rock or whatever is going on here with the hill.
Okay.
And I guess this guy gets to attack me.
Yes, he does. That's a 19.
There and away.
Can you not bonus
well,
action disengage?
Oh yeah. Never mind. I'll just do that. Duh. I will
Thank you,
bonus action
Elandiel.
disengage and walk away.
I was tired of reminding you
you.
guys of your abilities.
Yeah. I always forget the one with the rogue because like you're supposed to use it basically all the time.
Mhm.
So I forget it's a thing I can just do.
Right. Well,
But then I'll use my bonus action a lot.
you can
too,
thank
so.
Elandiel because you would have taken
Thank you.
15 damage.
That is a lot of damage.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be grievously wounded yet. I have 37 HP now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you also took some damage from the Mind Blast. Okay.
Oh, that's true.
Sadzi, it is your turn. You are also frightened, so any attacks that you make are currently at disadvantage because you can see the person you're afraid of.
What was the mind blast damage? Mine didn't actually apply. I know I typed it and hit enter. It just didn't go through.
You failed your save, so that would have been 12.
Yeah. It's 12. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was 12 or 11.
Yeah.
Cool.
So 12 and frightened, and the 2 that succeeded was just 6.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I may be scared, but can I shoot firebolt at the caster?
Yes, you're. Yeah, I was like, it's disadvantage because you're in melee, but it's also disadvantage because you're frightened.
Yeah.
So it's just straight up disadvantage. So. And which of the 2 casters? Top or bottom? The bottom is the one that did the frightened stuff.
They said the bottom one.
Bottom? Okay. So go ahead and roll with disadvantage to hit.
Figure out how to do that. Do you have the button with the bonus, like the +7 or whatever, next to the spell?
Yes.
So right click on that. And then click disadvantage. And then click to do it.
At disadvantage, I got 17. Or 15.
Which doesn't hit.
15 does not hit. Okay.
Oh. Wait, what would you get without disadvantage?
Without disadvantage?
Yeah, it would have been worse without disadvantage. Your lowest dice was your first one.
Yeah, so
She has
it would have
the
been
clockwork
the same.
thing. Yeah, basically. The result would have been the same.
Well,
Don't forget you can do your clockwork thing to ignore disadvantage. But
yeah,
your first
or
dice would
force
have
someone
still
else
missed.
to ignore advantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes a roll flat regardless.
Okay. Anything else, Sadzi? Movement? Anything?
You don't have bonus action disengage. I don't think.
No.
Unless you dipped rogue at some point.
She did not. Sadzi is
I don't think I can
pure
move.
sorcerer.
I don't think I can move without getting an opportunity attack, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
sometimes it's worth it.
Yeah, but this is a Zerker. So,
Yeah, but do you want to stand there and let him beat the crap out of you next turn? Or move away and let him hit you once?
fair enough. Yeah, I'll try to go join Mazeki.
Okay.
Or beat like a little.
16 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. 12 slashing damage.
Whew.
And you need to make a con save for your spike growth.
Yeah, that failed. That's a 2.
Okay, spike growth is gone. Just in time for people to start moving. Because I'm like, they've got no
Cool.
more targets next to them. So, okay. Elandiel, your turn.
Okay, I am gonna cast a spiritual weapon, and where do I want to put it? I can move it up to 60 feet. Let me put it. Let's see, how far away are those guys? They're only.
Everyone's
40.
within range of your spiritual weapon.
I'm
You
just debating what I want to.
The orc
Go after.
caster up top threw her spiritual weapon next to you, so if you want to play back.
Turnabout's fair play. I'm going to put it right in front of it.
Okay.
Just imagine Elandiel. Turnabout is fair play.
Kaboom. Okay. So let's cast. I'm casting it. It's base 2nd level. And I'm assuming a 26 hits.
Yeah, 26 hits.
For 5. And for my action, I'll take the dodge action.
Okay.
I'll stay put.
All right, it is the ogre's turn, who's going
He
to
needs
make
to
a
make a
save and then step
save.
up next to you. Gets an 11.
That's a fail. For 13 radiant.
13. Okay. And then disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Yep.
Because you're dodgy.
Yep.
That is, however, still a 12 to hit.
Nope.
Okay.
Your magic number's 18.
All right. Then the spiritual weapon is going to attempt to attack you. That is a disadvantage, not advantage. That's a 9.
Yep. Nope.
I got really excited because the other one would have been a 20 to hit, and I was like, yeah. Okay. And then she is going to run up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And get right.
That gets in Spirit Guardians.
Does that get in Spirit Guardians
Bum,
right
bum,
there,
bum.
or does it get in Spirit Guardians one before?
Right there.
Right there. Okay.
That's it.
If it was
Yep.
one before, then she wouldn't make it because of the speed loss. So she will make it there. Let's have her make her save. That's not going to make it. I rolled a natural 3. So how much damage does she take?
12.
12. Ooh, ouch. Okay, and then she's going to attempt to stab Zerdig with her spear. That is a 15 to hit.
Misses, and his DC is still super high until his next turn.
Yeah, because of shield. Okay. It is back to the top to Ore.
Zirdig, how you looking?
He's all right. He's like a little bit above half.
Okay. I am gonna cast Wither and Bloom on that center orc just south of Zirdig. That's a 10-foot range,
Okay.
or a 10-foot diameter, I think. So it should get all of those guys in the area, as well as Zirdig.
And Elandiel.
And well, I can choose who takes the damage. So it's all the bad guys are going to take the damage, and Zirdig is going to roll one of his hit dice and add the healing back.
Nice. Thank you.
Everybody in that group of the bad guys has to make a con save to beat a 17.
Okay, con save. Let's start with the ogre. The ogre gets a 22. The orig gets an 11. The orc gets a 21. The orc caster gets a 16. The Berserker Orc gets a 14. So what
Sounds
so
like
yeah.
the ogre passed.
the Ogre and this Orc.
Yeah, so they'll take the ones who saved take 3, and the ones who failed take 6.
Okay.
Necrotic damage.
Alright. That is Berserker 2. Okay. That Orc 1 takes 3 damage. That's still enough to kill it. And then the Orig takes 6. Okay.
And for my bonus action, I'm just gonna Starry Archer the guy right in front of me. I know I'm doing it with disadvantage.
Right.
Did he reckless attack his opportunity attack?
He did Reckless. Yeah. Well, he didn't
So
Reckless his
flat then?
opportunity attack, but he
Okay.
Recklessed
You
when he
can't
attacked
reckless your
Ore last
opportunity
turn.
attack.
Yeah.
So it's just a straight roll on my
So you're
side.
still
Cool.
straight.
Yeah. Just a flat roll.
That's decently a 26.
Yeah, that hits.
For it looks like 9 radiant damage.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
Yeah, I am gonna circle around to the other side of him, keeping adjacent to him, but getting away. Oh wait, am I within melee range of the ogre?
No, the Ogre's only got the 5-foot reach, so.
Okay, yeah, then I'll
It depends
jockey
on
around
which
to the
way
other
you
side.
go. If you go towards Elandiel, you get within range of the Ogre.
I'll go towards I'll go downhill
Towards
towards
the
the
water.
water and come up the other side of the beach.
So, yeah. Okay, Zerdig, it is your turn. You are frightened of the caster still at the top of the hill.
Yes. We're gonna do a classic drow move, and we're gonna drop a darkness on the whole western side of this board to break
Okay.
up line of sight.
Okay.
So he is afeared, but he will drop a cloud of darkness, probably around this Eye of Grumsh, maybe like a little bit like down into the left one.
Don't be
1,
afraid of
2,
what you
3,
can't
4.
see.
Just enough so that Elandiel is just on the outside of it, and then that should break
Guilty.
up line of sight on that whole side of the battle. And then Zerdig is going to step out and around. So I actually, since they can't see him anymore, I don't think they can take opportunity attacks on him, right?
They can.
They don't.
It's still at disadvantage. So.
Then he'll.
You have to be able to see a target to
Yeah.
opportunity attack by default.
Yeah. Like they can't. It's a targeting rules. You have to see and select a target, and they can no longer see me.
Yeah. You have to be able to see by
Okay,
default.
yeah, that you can see
Oh.
moves out of your range.
Yep. Which is why fog is so
Alright.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So he drops that, and then he'll run over and help Ori.
Okay. So you're running over to Ore.
Yeah, I meant to be there.
Okay.
That's it. He's done.
Okay.
I don't have to see creatures for them to be affected by spirit guardians.
Okay, so this is magical darkness, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, he's a freaking warlock with
He is indeed.
see-through magical darkness crap.
Yep.
Well, on the bright side, you can't see them anymore.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you can't see him, so you are no longer frightened.
You cannot be afraid of what you can't see.
This will only catch the one berserker in it now, because you moved there, but it will still catch all of you. So again, the rift tears open, and you hear all of the screams. I need you all to make a wisdom save.
No!
7.
7.
8.
It was almost an 18.
15.
28.
Okay.
Jesus.
So Ore and Mizeki, you both pass. You'll take 4 psychic damage. The rest of you will take 8 psychic damage and are frightened. Granted, you don't have line of sight to them, so it doesn't matter, I guess. But yeah.
Passes the con save for concentration.
What's the DC on that?
10.
10.
I drop it.
Okay, so Spirit Guardians goes bye-bye. And Hex. So Mizeki.
And we have the worst luck with concentration this battle. I don't think I've seen a battle with so many concentrations drop ever.
I don't think I've seen a battle with all of you having something concentration up at once, though. So
I rolled a 1 on my save and then a 4 on my concentration.
Oh, you already did your con save, Mizeki. I missed that. Okay.
Yep.
All right. It is the Orig's turn, who is going to.
They were all gonna pop. Dang it.
All right. He's gonna come out this way, and then once he breaks free of the darkness, he will see people and start making his way over and get to there. All right. And then it is the. Oh, I forgot to roll for the Berserker. That's in there. They made their save, so they'll only take 4 points of damage. Okay. He is going to attack. He's been focusing on Ori, so he'll continue to attack Ori. That is a crit.
I guess that hits.
13 slashing damage. This other one to run in the darkness is going to head this way. And then once he gets out, we'll be able to see and run towards Sadzi. And we'll recklessly strike at her. That is a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And you will take 10 slashing damage.
I'm down.
All right, and then it is Mizeki's turn.
Can the spellcaster still see me?
The
Behind
one on the
whatever
far
hill
side
thing?
of the darkness, yes.
Okay, so that I
Yes.
can and I can still see them because I can also see through. Okay, it's gonna be a disregardless. Let's I'm gonna shoot the Eye of Grumsh for now.
Okay, you've got advantage because
Mm.
she can't see you attacking her.
Yeah, so it's flat. Woo!
Oh, right. Wait, no. Why is it flat?
Because I
You're-
can't. I can see the caster. I can see the warlock of the old one. I also can see through magical darkness.
Yeah.
So I have dis from that because I'm feared, right?
No. You made your
Oh,
save.
I'm only feared by them.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, but I'm from the first one. Is that
Yeah.
over now?
Yeah, that was just
Oh,
until
okay,
the
never-
start of their turn.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Well,
you
then,
have advantage on the Eye of Grumsh. I was trying to be like, wait, why is it disadvantage? You,
Okay.
Like, you can see them, they
nice.
can't see you. I was like, that's just straight up
So-
advantage.
No hex. Here we go. So I got a 22 on the first one
Yeah, that hits.
and does 10.
Okay, that's enough to kill the Eye of Grumsh.
Okay, so the second one doesn't matter.
Well, the
Sadness.
second one you can target the other caster.
Oh, okay.
Or you could target the ogre or one of the other berserkers that are
I will
closing in on you.
target probably the berserker between Ore and Zerdig.
Okay, you've got
just to free them up.
advantage because they reckless, so
Nice. So 23 to hit,
yeah, that hits.
and it only does 5 damage.
But to number 1, oh no, 5's not quite enough.
Yeah, number 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a 2 on my D10. So
Okay. Did you add
and
in your
then-
extra damage at all this turn yet?
I already used it
Okay.
on the first guy.
Okay.
So unless he didn't need it, does he have less than 7 hit points? I guess. Did the eye have less than 7? Because I think I get to pick if I use it.
The eye had more than 7.
Okay, so yeah, I would have used the wrath on him.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I have to decide it on this. Okay, and then do I have any bonus action things I want to do that might help save Sadzy? No. I think I'm going to run away.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Sadzi, it is
I-
your turn. You said you were down, so let's go ahead and make a death save.
Roll that death.
So just a d20 roll.
13.
13, that's a success. Elandiel, your turn.
I can't. Did the warlock move? I'm trying to remember where my spirit blade was.
You don't know if the warlock moved.
Well, no, I know that. I know Elandiel doesn't know. I'm going to pull it towards the ogre, and I want to know how close I'd be getting it.
Oh, yeah. So it is right at
I
the
can move
edge
it.
of the circle.
I can move it 20 feet.
So 5, 10,
Oh.
15, 20. You can't reach the ogre.
Yeah, the ogre's 40 from you.
So it puts it 15 feet away from you if you just pull it in a straight line.
Yeah,
So-
I'd pull it to me.
Okay.
Zerdig is going to go ahead and drop concentration on the darkness so that we can see the field, because he would mentally know everything's out of it now.
Oh, in that case, when are you dropping it?
Right now.
It
'Cause you-
basically as
dropping
soon
it-
as
dropping
Miseki
it's a
kills
free
the
action whenever.
Grumsh.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'd move it to the warlock.
Okay, and attack the warlock.
Zeki will point out that Sadzi is down. By the way,
Ooh, it's 2 bonus actions.
I would heal her
Elandiel would too.
personally just to get her up, but she is also unconscious already, which is like his only requirement.
So you
How
could
far
still do
away
your
from you
bonus
is she?
action to attack, and then run over there, provoking the attack from the ogre, and then heal her with a better spell that requires
That's
touch.
True.
So that is an option as well. Or
Yeah, I'll bonus action sword, and then I'll run over to Sadzi.
Okay.
So here's the hit on the warlock. Is a 10 is gonna miss.
Yep.
And
is a what's the ogre's bonus? Ogre's bonus is 6, so does a 19 hit you?
a 19 does.
Okay. So as you're running away, you'll get clubbed for 11 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. And Sadzi, you
Get max damage on a spell.
Yep. You're gonna get 28. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level. It is not your time. Arise.
Who threw up the darkness? You can take that off.
So you
Oh,
get
sorry.
28 HP, Sadzi.
Zerdig threw up the darkness, but I think you
Jeez.
threw up
I put it on
yeah.
the map. That was me.
I'm not dead yet. I feel happy.
Okay. It is then the ogre's turn, who will step up next to Zerdig. 25 to hit.
Yeah, that's going to hit, and I can't react past that. Actually, no, I'm just a little bit short.
14 bludgeoning damage.
All right. He is not dead, but that hurts.
Not dead, but that hurts. And then it is Ore's turn.
Okay. How's this berserker in front of me looking?
Not good at all. Like you could sneeze
Not-
on him wrong and he would die.
Lucky my concentration got
Cool.
dropped.
Yeah.
You do get advantage as well, so you can shoot him at even, or you could just even stab him or smash him with something at advantage.
That's kind of what I'm wondering if I should do a little bit of an area effect again, maybe another Wither and Bloom. And if I target right next to Zerdig again,
You hit
that
the
way I can
ogre,
get
the
all.
Auric, and the berserker.
Yep. And then Zerdig can roll for another hit die, and then these guys will make their saves.
Okay.
What's the range on the heal? Is a healing person have to be in the
in the
area.
in the area.
Yeah, it's a 20-foot
Okay.
radius. So wherever I target, I can do
Because
necrotic damage to everybody in that space
I
that
am
I
missing
choose.
16 hit points and
You're
get full
missing
healing.
16.
Yeah, and get full healing from anything you do because of the ever living. So
Right, but it's just part of the spell on this one, so I can give a hit die to one guy, and then everybody else takes
yeah,
damage. So
yeah, but it's healing, right?
it's healing to the one guy, but the
Yes,
three
that's what I'm saying.
guys.
Can you heal me? I'm within the 20-foot radius,
Oh,
right?
It's
It's a
the
radius,
10
not
I
a
foot.
give you
diameter.
I
Oh,
let
10
you
foot.
roll a hit die is what I'm saying. Is it's
Yeah.
not like a healing element. You just roll a hit die
Oh,
and take the hit
that's
die
weird.
back.
Yeah. And Zerdig's
Move on.
actually only at 10 HP total.
Okay, yeah,
And in melee.
yeah. I just wanted to be healed.
Okay. So the
It'll happen in a moment.
Orig got 11, the ogre got an 8, and the berserker got a 13. So I think they all fail.
All fail because it was 17 they had to get.
Okay. How much damage do they take?
I'm rolling it now. The same as before, just 6 points.
6 points. Okay. All right. That will take down the berserker. That will take down the Orig. And the ogre doesn't look
Cool.
too great.
Great, and I'm going to shoot the ogre with my starry archer.
Okay. You are frightened, so you are at disadvantage on that
Okay.
because the person is now in your line of sight.
I gotta just hit the second roll. Disadvantage is 18.
Okay, yep, that hits.
Oh, boo. Total of 6 damage.
6 damage, okay. And then it is Zerdig's turn.
Alright, well, Zerig's gonna solo this Orog, I guess.
Or ogre. The Orog's gone.
Oh yeah, this ogre. Yep, we're gonna do it. I think he'll just swing his sword at it. I don't have very many damaging spells prepared today, so yep, we're just gonna swing the sword.
Yeah, sword.
Look at that terrible roll. I rolled a 3 on the d20 and 2 1s on the 2d6 damage. So 11 probably
11
misses.
hits.
Oh, then it does 7 damage.
Okay,
Then the second one does 14.
okay. That's enough to kill it.
Huzzah! So
Yeah.
Zerdig barely connects with his first one, like slashing out on the wrist, but then he pivots and slams his blade into the stomach of the orc, ogre, whatever. Ogre, that's what it is.
Zerdig is super racist, is what we're learning.
Okay.
Can't tell the
There
difference
are
between an orc, an orog, and an ogre.
so many O enemies.
Dirty
Orc,
Orogs.
orc of Grumpsh, Orog, ogre, normal
Alright.
orc.
So the caster will run up to there, and then
Oh,
Zerdig
after
make
it
a
dies,
concentration or make a
yeah,
Constitution save.
after it dies, Zerdig wasn't gonna spread out because we got hit with AoEs twice.
Okay.
So he'd go that way-ish. Concentration save?
Constitution save.
21. Good thing artificers are proficient in these.
Yup. Okay. Again, you feel that same kind of pull to tug you up and have you start floating up into the air, but you manage to resist it.
He'll look the warlock in the eye and say, "Not today, my friend."
Okay. The berserker is going to step up next to Elandiel, seeing that he healed the cat, and he doesn't take too kindly to that. That is a 22 to hit for 9 slashing damage. And then it is Mazeki's turn.
Trying to figure out. I guess I'll focus on the lady again.
This one's the guy.
Lady?
The Eye of Grumpus is the
Oh.
female caster.
Okay. That man has very large boobs on the token.
Yeah, that's just the
saying.
default token for
Fair
this.
Gen W. I gotta remember my million. And I am still disadvantaged, yeah? Or no, I saved. I'm no longer.
Well, he's also had his turn, so no one is frightened anymore because he didn't recast that
Cool.
thing that makes everyone
Awesome.
frightened.
Oh, okay. So, pew pew. The first one is a 22 to hit.
22 to hit. That hits.
Does 13.
13 damage. Okay.
Oh, plus my 1d6.
Okay.
Because I still have the necrotic. So another 3, so 16 total.
Okay.
The second one is a 9, which I'm guessing doesn't hit.
That does not hit.
Okay. So.
All right, Sadzi, your turn.
I'm just trying to figure out what's most likely to do the most damage.
Burning hands.
You're in melee. Yeah, burning hands probably.
Ooh, yeah. That sounds good. I was just gonna like create a fire on his feet, but that sounds good too.
Yeah.
They're both dex, and I think burning does more base damage even if he saves.
It's 2d8 to 3d6, so yeah, I guess on average.
Okay. What's the DC?
16.
They got a 10, so they fail.
And they're gonna take 13 damage.
13 damage. All right. Okay. Anything else?
I can't move, right? Without provoking opportunity attack.
As long
So I
as you don't
guess-
leave his range, you can get
What
up
is it?
and flank him now.
You could move onto his far side.
Yeah.
So down one.
Yeah.
That would help.
I guess,
Elandiel.
yeah. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. All right, I'll move you there, and then it is Elandiel's turn. Elandiel, you're on mute. If you're there.
I am. Sorry about that. I'll move the sword up and slash at the warlock.
Too far, because the warlock moved 30 and you can only move it 20. So it ends up 5 feet short.
Dang it, well, it'll chase. Okay. Or do I just recast it? You know what? I am just gonna recast it.
Okay.
Right on top of right next to the warlock.
Okay.
And that is I wish I could crit on 19s. 27, I'm assuming hits.
Yeah, that hits.
For 5 damage, and then I will cast Toll the Dead on the berserker. So he needs to make a wisdom save.
16.
Makes it. Dang it!
Nice.
So close. He would have taken 2d12 and it would have just been done.
Yep. Okay.
He's too angry to consider the consequences of his actions.
Alright, it's your turn.
Okay. I don't have any disadvantage on this because I'm not frightened or anything anymore. That ended.
No disadvantage on anything.
Cool. I am going to special use guiding bolt at the caster.
Okay.
And yell, "Taste the stars."
Feel the star, mother.
That's a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That's 15 radiant damage.
Okay.
And then I do get advantage on my second attack.
Yes.
With Starry Archer.
because of the guiding bolt. Unless you want to let Mizeki take that so he can sneak attack.
I'm already here.
But Mizeki hasn't used sneak attack in like a year in game.
It's true.
Well, don't you get sneak attack when you have advantage and you have advantage?
Don't normally have advantage on the stuff I'm doing.
So that's a crit
Yep.
at 29.
Also, he mostly attacked with his Eldritch Blast, which he wouldn't get sneak attack on.
Yeah, which is
Sure.
very sad.
Boo, 11 damage.
Okay. All right. Any movement or anything?
Yeah, I'm going to go stand up next to this other berserker.
Okay. Zerdig, it is your turn.
All right. Well, we're gonna step up to this warlock and show him the business end of a greatsword.
Okay.
No reckless, just normal attack. Let's go ahead and do a level 2 branding smite. I do have that prepared.
Okay. Branding Smite.
A 1, so that's a miss.
Man.
And a 17.
17 will hit.
All right, so that's 13 normal. And then the branding smite goes off, and it will be
2d6 radiant.
2d6 damage. So that's an additional 2 because I rolled a double 1. But he shines a 5-foot radius now in dim light.
Okay.
And I'm done.
Right. It is now its turn, and it is going to stab you with its daggers.
Good luck with that.
That is a 25 to hit.
Yeah, okay. He didn't need luck. He hits me.
You will take 4 piercing damage and
All right.
12 psychic damage.
Damn,
And just
son.
die. He has 1 hit point left.
And then his second dagger strike is only a 13 to hit.
And misses.
Okay. And then it is the Berserker's turn, who's going to continue wailing on the healer. That is an 18 to hit.
Oh, that'll hit.
And you'll take 8 slashing damage.
Whew, still standing.
Okay, and then it is Mizeki's turn.
Pew pew.
Do you get to use sneak attack since there's an ally within 5 feet?
I mean,
He can sneak attack either of
I
them.
can
Yeah.
sneak attack regardless, but that would require me to use my physical weapons, which have a worse to hit and damage than my spell.
Okay.
But if you do hit,
So-
you get sneak attack, which offsets the damage.
Yeah, the to hit's not as good.
Can you target multiple characters with Eldritch Blast when you have the 2 blasts?
You
Yeah, I
Okay.
can shoot each of them. I'm gonna just blast again. It's more fun.
This is why we forget you're a rogue.
Yeah. Blast. All right, so a 14 to hit on the Berserker.
That hits.
He takes 7 plus 3. Yeah. Or no, plus 7 plus 6, so 13.
Okay.
And then a 22 to hit on the caster lady.
Yep, that hits.
She takes a 7 plus 3 plus my 1d6. Another 2.
Okay.
So that's 11.
How do you want to do
Math.
this?
Good. Well, because I've killed her with Hex, I'm going to rip her soul out of her body with lightning
Okay.
and then pull it into the ring. It'll be terrifying. It's great.
And Sadzi.
Well, Burning Hands worked really well last time.
Yeah, but now you've got allies in the way
Oh, true.
who are on very low hit points.
Hey, it
Yes.
still worked really well last time.
Can I create bonfire?
I believe so.
And it shouldn't affect anyone but the person I'm casting it on.
Yeah, because it's
It's
just
a
it targets a
5 foot.
5-foot square, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 16 dex save.
16 dex. Come on, Berserker. You can do this. 6. So how much damage?
How much damage?
That's gonna be, a whopping 4.
That's exactly how much you needed to kill it.
F yes!
Redemption.
All right. So, how do you want to finish him?
I'm gonna cast create bonfire at him, and I expect he's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, huh?" He goes to dodge, and then you see the bonfire rise up around him, and you just see the silhouette of him like lifting his hands, screaming in pain before it just consumes him.
Okay. And with that, we will go ahead and end our session. Thanks everybody for sticking around for the long time. Combat took longer than I anticipated. And it was right there at the end of the session. But thanks so much everybody for coming and for hanging out. We will see you again in December, unless something happens to our schedules and we're able to make a week before then. But thanks for everybody for coming out for watching, and we'll catch you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.